Only Biafras now, only Biafra. Oh, Biafra. Simon and Bagan, the one no one who Biafra got only Biafra. BIAFRANS na family Biafra.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Jim Moran. I served in the United States Congress for approximately a quarter of a century. After I left the Congress, I began to represent some corporations and countries and causes that I believe in. It has been an honor to work with you, Your Excellency. Elias Gerasulis is my partner. This is primarily Elias's account, but I'm going to be working with him. While I was in the Congress, I was on the committee that funds defense and State Department foreign operations, as well as the Foreign Relations Committee. I have an interest in Africa. I was a principal co-sponsor of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. But most importantly, I do believe that Biafran independence is a just and noble cause. And I trust that you have a bright future ahead. We will try to secure your independence. We can't promise because the politics is not a particularly predictable situation in the United States today, and justice is not always served, but we will work towards that objective. I appreciate the opportunity to work on behalf of the Biafran people. And at this point, let me turn it over to Elias. Elias?
Oh, thank you, Jim. And it's an honor to be working with you on this. And we appreciate your lending your support, someone of your prestige and stature. That association would be so critical. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, Your Excellencies, and dear Biafrans in the United States and around the world. My name is Elias Yarasulis, and I am a good friend and colleague of Congressman Moran, and we are your new lobbyists here in Washington, D.C. However, you should know that we are more than just your lobbyists. We are fellow freedom fighters in the struggle for the liberation by Biafra. And similar to how your compatriots in the Biafran Defense Forces are securing your freedom on the homeland, we will be fighting for your freedom in the political and diplomatic battlefield here in Washington, D.C. And we will make sure that all these U.S. officials, all these congressmen and senators understand that the Biafran independence movement is a pure democratic civilian uprising against injustice, the very same one that we had in the United States when we declared our independence from the British 200 years ago. On a personal level, I knew I had to get involved in this struggle, not only because of my belief in the Biafran cause, but my belief in His Excellency, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. As I got to know the Prime Minister, I could see that he has remarkable leadership qualities and vision. And I knew that instinctively that he was a man of destiny and that he will have a very important impact in Africa in the years to come. And I thought it was a personal duty to assist him. Already, the Prime Minister has made remarkable progress and has outsmarted the Nigerian system in many ways. The Prime Minister has done this with the self-referendum. He has done this with opening diplomatic liaison offices around the world. And I think by establishing a proper Biafran lobby in Washington, D.C., the Prime Minister has delivered his master stroke. And if you can look at the Nigerian media and the social media, you will see that this is something that's been highly publicized. And I think this is because they understand the moment that the United States starts to gain more support for the Biafran cause, it will be a game changer. Because when the United States leads, other countries follow. Congressman Moran and myself are your voice to the U.S. Congress, your voice to the White House, your voice to the State Department, your voice to the highest offices in this great land. And we will not stop until victory is achieved. Long live a free, independent, and sovereign Biafra. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that brilliant speech there. Elias, we are happy to have you on board, and we have a lot of things to do together. Thank you. This particular appearance today is just to present you to the Biafrans in the United States. As I made my promise, I have fulfilled it. It is now that we go out there and do what we know how to do best for the interest of Biafra.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. It's our honor, and we look forward to serving you in the cause. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. It was a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Chimora. Thank you.
Igbos penetrate Biafrans, a different breed of Biafrans that understood how the Fulani terrorist cabals and Nigerian government works. So when you see the criminal ex-Brgie cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra, Biafrans already stopped them on their track. That is why the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them, ex-Brgie cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra, Biafrans already stopped them on board. Ex-Brgie cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra, Biafrans already stopped them all. Ex-Brgie cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra, Biafrans already stopped them on their goal. Ex-Brgie cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra, Biafrans already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere.
nnukwu mmọnwụ iso na ndị ejide obodo na Biafra ọkpọta imere na Biafra na amụrị amụ ewepụ gị aka ekpochapụgo ndị Biafra niile anyị wee sị na ọ ya adịrị gị na mmadụ soja ma nnukwute onye anyị ji were ebube na n'Igbo a sị m na ọ ya adịrị gị na mma oyi Maazị Akanchọkụ ọgbọdọ bụ prime minista ndị Igbo awa prime minista anyị sị na ọ ya adịrị gị na mma ihe adị ka oche na-eji a na-abụrụ abụọ a na-eme na nkịtị okirikiri ka a na-akpọ mgbe adịghị adị erucha aka alị nsị na agbalụcha nwa nke na-ekuru nke na-enye oyi odogwu n'ihe adịla anyị ibe anyị emere gị chacha ọ gị winiri Peace Award iso na ndị udo na Biafra maka na ewezụga gị n'ihe aka eregbu anyị n'obodo anyị wee sị na ọ ya adịrị gị na mma jidekwe ka onye asị ya jide ka o ji na-eme mma onye asị ya na ka o ji ibe ọ na-eme adịrọ mma anyị wee sị na ọ ya adịrị gị na mma odogwu nwoke anyị ji ju ebube a na-abara agụ mba sọsọ mba aba ka a na-abara agụ ịbachara agụ mba ije metụ agụ aka odogwu n'iwu nnukwu agụ a na-akọbara gị mba chacha kedụ bụ Charles Azuka Nwankwo odogwu Charles Azuka Nwankwo onye aji ejiwe dị ebube ezi na ndị anyị ji biri anyị wee sị na ọ ya adịrị unu na mma ọchịchị unu na-achị anyị na ọ dị anyị mma wee sị unu gaba n'ilu na ụjọ adịrị ya ụmụ ndị Igbo Biafra si n'ike mere unu maka na unu na-eme mma odogwu Maazị Ebele ije n'ekeli odogwu dịka a na-agbara ụzụ n'anya odogwu Maazị Akanchọkụ odogwu onye ọya adịrị gị na mma n'isi gị welcome na South Korea ụmụ Igbo niile nọ na South Korea na-asị gị nnọọ odogwu n'ọya adịrị gị na mma na ijebejebere ihe ejere naba n'ihe analụ oke mmọnwụ maka na ijere na mmọnwụ ọzọ a na-agbara na ọgbọ chachalị wapidi anyị ụtọ na ị bịara na South Korea odogwu anyị wesị na ọya adịrị gị na mma ihe adị ka eji a na-agwụrụ agwụ chacha ihe adị ka oke osimiri maka na oke osimiri a na-ata na-ata chachalị agụ na-eche mba na Biafra echegbu agụ na Biafra agada gbachiri ụzọ na Biafra agụ a na-agba egbe ọ na-ata chingom na Biafra odogwu so na ndị nnukwu mmọnwụ iso na ndị ahụ ji dị ebube na Biafra ọgbaghị mere na Biafra na amụrị amụ ewepụ gị aka ekpochapụgo ndị Biafra niile anyị wee sị na ọ ya adịrị gị na mmadụ soja ma nnukwute onye anyị ji wee dị ebube n'ala Igbo a sị m na ọ ya adịrị gị na mma oyi Maazị Akanchọkụ ọgbaghị bụ prime minista ndị Igbo awa prime minista anyị sị na ọ ya adịrị gị na mma ihe adị ka echi na-eji a na-agbụrụ abụọ a na-eme na nkịtị maka okirikiri ka a na-agbụ mgbosi adịghị ala Igbo chachalị odogwu n'ihe adịla anyị ibe anyị emere gị chacha akwa gị winiri Peace Award iso na ndị nna udo ndị na-eme udo na Biafra maka na ewezụga gị n'ihe aka eregbu anyị n'obodo a anyị wesị na ya jidekwe ka iji onye asị ya jide ka o ji na-eme mma onye asị ya na adịrọ mma anyị wesị na ya adịrị gị na mma odogwu nwoke anyị ji ju ebube a na-abara agụ mba sọsọ mba aba ka a na-abara agụ ịbachara agụ mba ije metụ agụ aka odogwu n'iwu nnukwu agụ a na-abara gị mba chachalị kedụ bụ Charles Azuka Nwankwo odogwu Charles Azuka Nwankwo onye anyị ji wee dị ebube so na ndị ahụ jibiri obodo anyị wee sị na ọ ya adịrị unu na mma ọchịchị unu na-achị anyị na ọ dị anyị mma wee sị unu gaba n'ilu na ụjọ adịrị ya a na-ekwu na nkịtị
Ndewo, Biafran people. Ndewo to everyone watching. It may be night, it may be morning, it may be afternoon. Whatever the time is, I salute all of you. Yes, we miss our PM, and we miss his dance, and we miss everything about him. And he will join us very soon. I salute all Biafrans who are doing 1 and 2 to make sure we continue to keep the flag flying high above sea level,
so that the enemies of Biafra will not destroy everything. I salute you all. The donors that are making donations on a daily basis, you are intensifying the strength of the Biafra Liberation Forces. You are intensifying the strength of the Biafra Liberation in the homeland. You are making the lobbies and attorneys to be able to function more stronger than ever. Yes. Your courage and determination at this very time that PM is not here is what keeps this government going. But you need to understand something. The heroes that fought the test of time for Biafra in 1966 to 1970s, they are not here again. They fought a good fight of faith. They defended Biafra. And then we had a reason to re-emerge and awake that spirit of Biafra again to continue. If they did not fight a good fight of faith, that wouldn't have happened for us. So that means they did something good. They laid a very good foundation for us. No matter the mistakes that occurred, it's because they stood their ground to fight that we are able to know and hold our ground on Biafra again. Many of them are gone now. But we had Owazirike waking up again, speaking Biafra. Then after Owazirike, after he was betrayed, he was betrayed. That is what you need to understand. When you see many of us standing our ground today, not because we don't have other things to do, not because we don't know how to go and mind our own business by enjoying our lives, our money, our riches and glory, and whatever God has given us, and having good time with our families and friends and concubines and sugar daddies and sugar mommies. No, not because we don't know how to go and spend those times. We know how. And we have sacrificed our own to be for Biafra now. Why? Because of the sabotage that Owazirike was sabotage. I continue to tell you that Ojukwu was able to sustain from 66 to 70s because of the presence of Efion around him. I'll continue to say this from now till tomorrow. How do you make a rationale about that? Come down to Owazirike. Now, let us go back to Ojukwu. And before I continue, I salute my APM, I salute my Supreme Leader, I salute my Eternal Leader, I salute my PM, I salute the Chief of Defense Staff, General Igwe Butuzo of the Biafra Defense Forces, and all the generals and army personnel fighting to defend motherland. I salute all the BRGIA cabinet members. I salute all Biafrans, and I salute everyone that is donating. I salute the media because you guys are doing an amazing job day and night, making sure the media is a cock with Biafra. I salute all of you for your courage and your time. Let's go back to our eternal leader, Ojukwu. Nnamdi Azikiwe said he wants to be the one to be the leader, that Ojukwu should step down. That Ojukwu should step down for him to be the one to be the leader. Just like today, that all of you are running after power. You see, PM just tested all of you with power within a month. No, it was not even up to a month. Within days, PM just tested some of you with power within days, and you failed woefully. All of you failed woefully. Just within days, he tested some of you with power. You failed woefully. Azikiwe told Ojukwu that if he doesn't allow him to be the leader, he will not continue, he will not come and join Biafra. This is somebody that has no IQ of how to go about it all. But he wants to be the one to be the person to answer the name. Why? Because he was the ceremonial president of Nigeria, who could not do anything. When Islamic Jihad was facing everybody to the face, the only thing Azikiwe could do was to zoom out of Nigeria, go to the Caribbean and the UK, tour around and had vacations just to while away time so that he would not see how the massacre and the genocide will happen, because his hands were tied. He couldn't have done anything. So he had to escape, to go and stay outside of the country and watch how the genocide will happen. The same thing that you see go on today, running out of Nigeria to go to UK, to sit down there and watch to see how Nigeria will crumble into pieces. Go on that was used to destroy the lives of thousands and millions. Today, he runs out of Nigeria to stand in exile to watch and see how Nigeria will be destroyed, because they use him to pave the way for Islamic Jihad to come to be. He thought that slaughtering and helping Britain to secure their oil wells, which they stole in Biafra land, by slaughtering Biafrans will safeguard him. No. Today, he is still at the mercy of the same people that he worked for to slaughter Biafrans. Azikiwe said, if Ojukwu does not allow him to be the one to lead, so that his name will carry, he will not join. When Efiong came, Efiong did not say, Ojukwu, I want to be the one to lead. Oh. That is for you to know that when you see me in this Biafra liberation, I'm not here for power. I'm not here for position. I'm not here for anything. I'm not here for self-gratification. I am only here to make sure I push and stand as a guiding angel to the person that all of you want to kill because of your hatred and your evil mindset. Yes. I will always be speaking up. When I see that you want to destroy, I will speak up. I will shout. I will not allow you to kill Prime Minister. I will not allow you to kill APM. I will not allow you to kill any Biafran who I know is working judiciously to see that Biafra is restored. Efiong would have been slaughtered if he stuck to Ironsi. Ironsi pulled him out because he said, oh, as his own brother, Ironsi was a Biafran Igbo. Efiong was EFIK-IBIBIO Igbo that they called Calabar. Ironsi removed him as his right-hand marker so that he could do what? Just to please the Fulanis. just to please the Fulanis. And then he pleased the Fulanis, and the next was they dug his grave, and he was slaughtered in Ibadan. The same Effiong now became right-hand marker to Ojukwu. And when Effiong went to Ojukwu, Effiong did not tell Ojukwu. Let me share something for some of you that may not know. Effiong, when he went to Ojukwu, he took his time to go and supervise all the cantonments that we have in Biafra land, where we have, like, let us call it camp or barracks, where we have some of the weapons that we are going to use to fight. Effiong took time to go and supervise and check and check and check and check and check and check. And then he came back and then told Ojukwu, what we have on ground, I don't see the possibility of us winning this war because we don't have much armament. Ojukwu told him, it is not about the armament. It's about the commitment. And then Effiong used that to also console every Biafran that were ready to defend motherland. And say, yes, it is not by the armament we have, but it's going to be with the strength of the God of Biafra. That is why when the Zoo terrorists entered Aba, we finished them over 2,000 overnight. When they woke up later in the morning, they saw that they were all down. The question was, how did it happen? Before Gowon could realize, and Adewale could realize, Okokondem was already giving the news on the media. While we took over 2,000, Okokondem were telling them we have taken over 5,000. So, as Okokondem broke the news that we have taken over 5,000, and they were not getting any signal from the men that went down to the battlefield, we were already winning the war. We were taking them down, we were pushing them out. We got down to Yo, the EKID, we were pushing them. What is my message here? My message here is that Effiong, which Ironsi pushed out, which he later came to come and align with Ojukwu, did not come to come and drag position with Ojukwu. But when he came, he was submissive to Ojukwu. Aligned with Ojukwu, they plan how to defend motherland. That is why he protected Ojukwu and defended him as his right-hand marker from many of you enemies. Yes, very close enemy. Because the same way you people betrayed Wazirike, it was not Effiong, it was not Akbarawa that betrayed Wazirike. It was not Okokondem, it was not Edidem, it was not Nsisong, it was not Effiong, it was not Okon that betrayed Wazirike. It was you people, you evil people that will come out and be shouting Obatobie. You will come out and be shouting Obatobie all the time. You'll be shouting Obatozu, Obatobie. You call him all sweet names in Igbo, but you are the most betrayal of it all. You're the one that dig his grave. That Ojukwu was still alive from 66 to 70s, and he was not poisoned, and he was not killed. It was because of Effiong I was truthful standing by him. Where did Ifejuna emanate from? So, Effiong Akbarawa was for a reason. Okay. Betrayal is not in my blood, but it fool your blood. It fool too much. Yes. Because you have tried to betray Ojukwu. Ifejuna was from where? You did not succeed. Effiong, make sure you did not succeed. You now came down to betray Owazrike because there was no Effiong, there was no Akbarawa around Owazrike. You still came down to betray Nnamdi Kanu because there was no Effiong, there was no Akbarawa. Simon Ekpa now, you guys cannot succeed because there is Effiong, there is Akbarawa. If you like, go to Juju. When I say the Juju way una do, say the Juju no dey catch Sonny, make una continue to dey do. Make una continue to dey do now. No problem. The more you do the Juju, the more God is protecting Sonny and protecting my Prime Minister. Yes. And nothing will happen to my APM. Yes. Nothing will happen to him. God will continue to protect him. You guys can go to the Juju of India also. You people did first in Anambra. You did in Oka. Up till now, you have not gotten the result. The more you are doing Juju, the more Sonny is not bowing down to you. The more you increase Juju, the more Sonny is increasing in strength. Instead of Sonny to derail or to wax away, Sonny is even coming stronger. Because God created Sonny and kept Sonny for a purpose. That purpose is to be a gatekeeper, to see that you don't destroy Simon Ekpa. The same way that you have betrayed Wazirike and Nnamdi Kanu. You could have succeeded in betraying Ojukwu because there was Effiong and Akbarawa around him. So now, I am a reincarnation of Effiong. Yes. So all of you can go and die. Go and die. Yes. Go and die. Go and die. Go and die. Yes. It is only the people of the kingdom that understands the principle of the kingdom. And it is pity that we pity when pity. So you don't have to pity some pity when you see something happen to pity. Just ignore some pity. But if you are part of the kingdom, you will understand the principles of the kingdom and the sounds that will be coming out from the music that will start to play in no time. I salute all Biafrans, most especially the beautiful Biafrans that are so gorgeous and alluring that when the enemies of Biafra look at them, they cannot remove their eyes. I salute you. I just listened to a video where one brother they call first of all, before I continue, let me put this again on the screen. This brother here made a video and said, Okechukwu Nkere and Sonny have collected $150 million from Nigerian government to destroy Biafra Convention, Declaration, to destroy Simon Ekpa, to destroy Biafra, and also to destroy everything about Biafra. And he said that the $150 million is paid and was paid by Nigerian government to where? Biafra government account. He did not even say that the money came to Sonio. He didn't even say that the money came to Okechukwu Nkele. He said the money came to Biafra government account. So it sounds so foolish and laughable. And his reason, he said that Nigerian government are paying this money to Biafra government for what? For act of terrorism. So when you listen to the whole story, it sounds so stupid. And I continue to say it again. This is one of the propagandists that have been raised to come in to destroy the reputations of everybody. Yes. I am not calling on any Biafran to go and brandish anybody, criminal, or to brandish anybody that you collected money from Nigeria or you collected money from America or UK, or that you are the one that took Prime Minister inside. No. You see, everything that I say with my mouth, I stand to defend everything that I say. I want all of you to go and go through everything that I have said since Prime Minister was inside. Everything that I say, I stand to defend it. I will not come here and accuse you and say you are the one that collected money from Nigerian government and took Prime Minister inside when I don't have evidence. And when I come here, when I want to do exposition, I will show you the evidence of the exposition that I am doing. Have I come here since Madam You Must Bow, NGOZI or NGOZI started a madness? Have I come here and then alleged that NGOZI or NGOZI collected money from Nigerian government? I'm asking all of you. No matter anything that is happening, even with all the disaster that she is causing to herself, because she's not causing it to us, because we are waxing strong. It's only the foolish persons that their brains have been demented that are taken by the wave of event. Not Sonny. Sonny is not a pushover. When you see me talk, you will know that I am never a pushover. Not even when Prime Minister was here, and not even when he is not here. When he is not here, he expects the best of me to come out, not to even shiver and become fearful and run away this time. No. I'm asking all of you, have you ever seen me since NGOZI started this madness? NGOZI has been the one telling all of you that we collected money from Nigerian government to destroy the convention. We collected money from here. We did this, we did that. She alleged of 150 million naira, which she said was for police, that we use it to sew only 5 uniforms for a color guard, and that is the police uniform, which is false. And then she gives some of you another information that we are collecting salary, which does not exist, of 400 euros, which does not exist. And the same salary that she accused us of is the same 400 euros that she was given to the Netherlands rep, Honorable Owama, who came out to confess and say that when he heard of NGOZI accusing people and saying that nobody should bribe, nobody should pay anybody for whatever service in Biafran government, neither to even support or to give super chat, that he was shocked that the same NGOZI removed 400 ejema from the money that was raised in the convention and then gave him. And then he went with the money, but his conscience was blaming him that this is Biafra blood, this is Biafra money. So he had to now send back that money after he got to Netherlands because his conscience did not allow him to rest. Have you gotten any evidence where they say Sonny collected money? Let me say this for the first time. There has been a time that Prime Minister recommends that the media team should be given laptops so that they can work at their different pace without coming back to complain. I turn it down. I want everyone to record this place and then take it out. I said there has been a time that Prime Minister recommended the government that money should be released for the media team for them to get their individual laptops. So that it will be that it is the government that is getting laptop for them to offer services to the Biafran government. I turned that offer down. When you see that many people don't like Sonny, it's because Sonny don't allow them to turn the Biafran government into where they come to become rich. Because I told Prime Minister that whoever wants to go for that can go for. And the media team can quote me right from what I said to them. I said, we are here to offer our services with our sweat and blood. The men that are in the bushes sacrificing with their blood, that is their own sacrifice. What I will do and what I recommend all of you do is that you sacrifice with your own money and with your own time and energy. I turned down the official laptop that is supposed to be given to the Biafran media teams individually. That would cost money because the laptop that I am using here now is the one that costs 2,000 euros. I did not get it from Biafran government because it has to have a good graphic card so that when it is working, it doesn't have buffering. It should be very strong. So getting that for all the media teams, I know how much it will cost. But I said every media personnel should count whatever that you are doing as your own sacrifice to the Biafran government so that tomorrow it will not come back against you. That is because I saw what was coming on the way. If I had paved way for this to happen, today, NGOZI will use it. NGOZI will use it today to make broadcasts. NGOZI will use it today to do praise and worship. The entire cabinet will use it today to do daily broadcasts. That Sonny did not even have money to pay for his internet, to do Biafra work, did not even have money to get a laptop or electricity, that it is Biafra government that is paying everything for him. I did not come into Biafran government to come and rip off from what is already here. No, I came to offer a little that I have. The same way Prime Minister said, as I come, where there is nothing, I will bring something. So I have to contribute my own. Not to be taking the little from what we have. So NGOZI removing 400 of the money that was raised in the convention to give a fellow Biafran that deemed fit to sacrifice his own time and energy for Biafra and understood that this is blood money was a crime. And she was the one that opened her mouth and said that it is a crime to do so. That was why Honorable Uwama came out to come and say, this person that proclaimed that this was a crime, she herself has committed this crime with me. So I want the entire world to hear it and know That is why Honorable Wama came out to say it. When you check all the platforms that you are watching me from, my own, where you see my name on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, you will not see monetization because I don't want it. I did not come for it. Okay? So when you see some of them say, this Sonny is trickish, I will not allow ego to sway me off the line. If I have small, let me be satisfied with that small. Because you people cannot do anything without getting benefits of money. That is why you were able to sabotage Wazirike. That is why you were able to sabotage Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why you tried so hard to sabotage the Prime Minister. But you cannot succeed because we are here. I have not come here any day to come and start putting the face of NGOZI on this screen and tell you NGOZI collected 100 million naira from Nigeria to destroy the Prime Minister. So I will not encourage any Biafran who is going to find his or herself inside detention tomorrow. Yes, because all these things that you people are doing here, many of you are going to face litigations. Yes. Like this one that said that we have collected $150 million from Nigerian government to destroy Prime Minister. And it is the money that we collect and we put inside Biafra government account. That is why Prime Minister is being held in Finland. You will go to court to go and defend yourself for this libel. I have also seen another one. And in that very one, this idiot now, so everyone should disregard these fake propagandists. Wherever you see them, disregard them. NGOZI media groups, they are sharing all this. I saw Adarama using it for our broadcast. This is to show you how demented all these people are. If you ask them to give you evidence of what this man is saying and proof of what he's saying, he has no evidence. But all of them carry the same thing to propagate and push it in the media. This is how foolish these people have become. If this is the kind of media that I have managed under the watch of Prime Ministers in 2021 down to this day, Prime Minister would have dissolved and expelled all these idiots. Because the only thing that they can give is bad reputation to the government of the day. You don't have this kind of people and then you think that you can make progress. People that only capitalizes on propaganda, blackmail, slander, and destruction of reputations. You can hear their Madam NGOZI telling you that the ex-Brgie cabinet members are criminals and that the lobbyist is also criminal. The lobbies that Prime Minister contracted for the Biafran people, for the way forward of the recognition of the United States of Biafra. This is the same lobbies that NGOZI can open a wide mouth where they like elephant nyash. She opened the mouth, wow, and say, this man is a criminal. Is a criminal. The criminal lobbies. The criminal lobbies. Where these attorney and lobbyists have attended in life, you cannot attend. What they do, you cannot do. I respect your area of specification, which is in the area of the psychiatric hospital. You can deal with your psychiatric patients in your own way. And these lobbies too cannot deal with the psychiatric patients that you have because it is not their areas of specifications. So why don't you just keep to your own lane and allow those that are vested with what they have to offer what they have. Why you also offer what you have to your psychiatric patients? Your own office of Biafra now is in the psychiatric hospital where you are managing as your office, where you're making your business every day. And the foolish people that are following you are not asking questions. How could we have a country of emerging nation office inside a psychiatric hospital? And then they will come out and then shout, "Oh, but USB. When they say, show us the head office and the address, you go and bring address. And the address is showing a psychiatric hospital. So you're going to recognize or seek the recognition of United States of Biafra with head office in the hospital. BRGIE is the bedrock, the house that gives birth to USB. And BRGIE is the same mother that will liberate USB to have full sovereignty. Without BRGIE, USB cannot get full liberation, cannot get recognition. That is why the foundation of BRGIE was laid in a way that it remains a solid rock, that it will take us down until USB is fully recognized and fully liberated in the homeland. USB need to be liberated in the homeland, not in diaspora. But USB need to be recognized in diaspora. Listen to me very well. USB need to be liberated in the homeland. Then USB need to be recognized in diaspora. The two of them works in pari passu for us to have a good result of the restored nation of Biafra. I salute all Biafrans. So I came across, or someone forwarded a video to me from one idiot. Yes, I am learning how to customize their name now. Idiot, because the word idiot is used to describe someone that does not care. Yes. Someone that does not care about anything that is happening. Someone that just sit back and relax, enjoy his or herself, and then when he sees that there is necessity to just come and do what he wishes or what she wishes, he or she will just jump into the pace and then start saying what he wants or doing what he wants. But the point is, he's an idiot because he or she doesn't care about the people that are slaughtered on a daily basis. He or she doesn't care about how far we have come. He or she doesn't care about the foundations of BRGIE. He or she doesn't care about the secrecy or understands the secrecy of BRGIE. He or she doesn't care about or understands how the government of BRGIE works. He or she doesn't care about or understands how the liberation mood should be run. He or she doesn't care about if they slaughter anybody tomorrow or not. But what he or she does or cares about is how much is he going to make from the traffics that he or she appears on the internet and talk for like 30 minutes or 20 minutes, not minding whether he's saying the truth or not, but just to say it so that at least he can also be able to make name that he has said something, and then at the end of the day, he will make some traffics and then he will get paid. That is an idiot. Because if you were not an idiot, you would have keyed into everything that is happening in the Biafran government. You will know when something is going wrong. You will know when Prime Minister's life is at risk. You will know when somebody is telling you that Prime Minister is a thief. You will know when someone is telling you that every structure that Prime Minister set up is fraudulent. You will know when someone is telling you that the the Defense Department of the Biafran government is fraudulent, that the work that they do, which is to defend motherland, that is fraudulent. You will know when someone is telling you that IOU that was set up for us to raise money for defense, that it is fraudulent. You will now know when someone is telling you that the Bank of Biafra has become fraudulent, that the Ejema staking that people are staking every day to make ends meet, that it has become fraudulent. You would have also understood when someone told you that the PA of the Prime Minister is now a criminal, just few hours after Prime Minister was called in for interrogations. You will now understand when somebody stands up in the convention and tells you that because Prime Minister had said that we will shake the government and dissolve this government and then refix it again, that on that, using our own psychiatric mental problem, that she is standing up inside this convention to scrap the government. Because your brain is not working well, you don't understand that after you declare Biafra, sign treaties with people, you have an arm of government that is defending motherland, you have a lobbyist, you have an attorney, you have registration of BRGI that is still active in the system. You should understand that when you stand up inside the convention and say, you hereby dissolve this government, that you have dissolved everything. You dissolve the powers that are in the hands of the defense, dissolve the powers that are in the lobby, you dissolve the government, you dissolve the prime minister, you dissolve everything. So if you understand that there is dementia working somewhere, you would have understood what is happening before you even come out to talk. So when some of you that have been with IPOB Nigeria and obedient wakes up and see that someone is working very hard to destroy every foundations of Prime Minister, what you could do is that you wake up, you clap for the person, because you never like to hear Prime Minister speak Biafra before. So in the absence of him, you will support anyone that is destroying the foundation. Someone forwarded this video of this idiot to me. Let me see the video of the idiot, because many idiots have emerged now. Many idiots have emerged now. Because of why? They now see Sonny as their threat. Many idiots have emerged now because they see Sonny as their threat, because Sonny don't want to back down. After they thought that they can destroy Prime Minister, Sonny said no. Destroy the foundations of everything that Prime Minister set up, Sonny said no. Destroy the defense, which is the lifeline of this very government, Sonny said no. They have now come out in different ways. In the last broadcast that I made, I said something about how NGOZI succeeded in changing the 2nd of December to 29th of December. And Prime Minister has been singing that 2nd of December will be sacrosanct, sacrosanct, sacrosanct. So NGOZI made sure the sacrosanct of 2nd of December does not stand. So it should now become 29. And she was pronouncing her own now that it is now 29 that is sacrosanct. I made a video, made a broadcast, and the broadcast was long, and later I cut out that part so that people will understand something. I did not say that I am telling Biafrans that the reason why they must fall back to BRGIE is because NGOZI changed the date from 2nd to 29. And in that same broadcast, this idiot here did not listen and pick out the part which I specifically stress that you cannot register a country in another country. That we said we have restored Biafra, we have declared the restoration of Biafra. That means Biafra is now a country, which we need to continue to fight for the recognition until we get full liberation. And I said, now, you cannot carry another country to go and register inside another country. If you say you are going to register USB now in America, that means you are making USB a property of America. That is why we had a legal entity government, which is the government in exile, which has to continue to exist to fight for the total recognition of USB. So anybody that is telling you is going to go and register USB now, that person is a moron. Because there is never a time that China will stand up from China and say they are going to go and register China inside America. No, you have your sovereignty. What you do is you enter into diplomatic ties. You enter into allegiances. You sign treaties with countries, but you don't go and register your country as an entity to become like a business entity or a body in another country. When you register your country in another country, that means you are a property of that country. You are owned by that country. Everything that you have to do is governed by that country. For example, anything that you are registering in another country, it is governed by the law of that country. All of you that have small-scale businesses, in any way you are, that country that you register that business and you're operating it, the laws of that country governs and guides and decides how that your business should run according to the law of that country. Now, if China comes to Nigeria and say they want to come and register China as a country inside Nigeria, China, that registration that they are doing, they are now making themselves a property of Nigeria. Nigeria will now decide what they do based on that registration that they have done in their Nigerian system. Nigeria will decide what they do, how they operate, what they do and how they operate from Nigeria and to China. What should happen inside China? It is Nigeria that will now decide what should happen inside China. Because you say you are registering China in Nigeria, so it has become a property of Nigeria because you registered them in their own registration system. So it is now owned and monitored by Nigeria. This idiot here did not take that part of the message. When PM said Biafrans should fall back to BRGIE, that BRGIE is the legal entity that got us the declaration of the restoration of USB, and that it is still BRGIE that will get us the recognition of USB. It is still BRGIE that will get us the full liberation of USB in the homeland before we will finally go to institute USB to its full functionality. BRGIE is the government in exile with the de facto in the homeland that is working in pari passu to see that gradually USB will come to complete fruition in Biafra land. This idiot here did not pick that part of the message. Now, what he did is that he picked the message where I explained that NGOZI changed the date from 2nd to 29 to make it our own sacrosanct. He picked that site now and then make video and say that I am convincing Biafrans. I want everybody to see the topic of what he put. That I am giving reasons that, you see, he said, Akbarawa Sonny explained reason why Biafrans should go back to BRGIA and ignore USB. He said that Barawa Soni explained reasons why Biafran should go back to BRGIE and ignore USB. When I use what I said from there to explain how NGOZI changed 2nd December Sacrosanct to 29 Sacrosanct to be our own, because that is what she wanted. This idiot here now still went ahead to say that I am running away from accountability, that we should come and give accountability, that the money from the propaganda video from this one, because all of them have started the propaganda that it is the money that we don't want to give accountability that Finland are using against Prime Minister. Chai, my God. So I'm here to explain some things. I will allow this idiot to play and to say what he has to say. And whoever knows him should tell him that if he knows what he is doing, he should come to my program when I am live and join the studio, open his camera, and then speak and then ask me questions so that I will educate him on what he doesn't know. Because I hate to see people that are supposed to be useful become useless. All of you have been told by NGOZI that Sonny Anajare and Okenkere collected money from Nigerian government to sell Prime Minister and to send Prime Minister to Finland detention. That is what NGOZI have told many of you. And Daddy Rama is carrying the same news. Ugo 247 is carrying the same news. And the rest of all their media teams, they are carrying the same news. And all of you are making this propaganda to train in your brains. I laugh at all of you. Because when Prime Minister returns in few days, because he's coming back in few days, when Prime Minister returns in few days, he will shock many of you. Yes. He will shock many of you that are promoting propaganda. You see, the attorney of Prime Minister, NGOZI, has now brandished the attorney of Prime Minister a miscreant, a criminal as well. The attorney of Prime Minister, this is somebody that she is speaking with all the time to get message and to also pass message. The message that she brought to give you people as a screenshot of WhatsApp, she brought from the same attorney. She said she brought it from the same attorney. And today, the same attorney now brought another message that does not favor her. She now said the attorney is a criminal. The attorney is a miscreant. Prime Minister will shock many of you as it's coming out. Because many of you who think that you have been allowed to sit down and work with Prime Minister, given one position or another, to serve as his personal secretary. You now think that you know him finish, so you can destroy anything and go haywire. You're making a very big mistake. I'm sorry for some people, shall, because what Prime Minister will do, many people will not believe that they will do it. And let us wait. So the idiot here, let us hear what the idiot is saying. I will not play it all because I don't have time to address some of the nonsense that he's saying. Because nothing that he's saying here makes any sense. Nothing.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This morning we are going to go through how Sona Brawa is have made made it clear to Biafrans to know why everybody needs to fall back to Biafran government in Neza instead of Biafran United States of Biafra, as it was declared on 29th of November 2024. So some of us have watched the video where an unknown person that couldn't even show her face. So first, with the idea of everybody going back to square one before the way it were before the convention. So now Barawa did not, because
So it is the attorney that she is calling unknown person now. Please, someone should ask him if he has gone to ask Ngozi, Mariam Neng that spoke, if Ngozi knows her or if Ngozi does not know her. If the message that Ngozi brought and showed all of you on the screen, if the same message is the message Ngozi said came from attorney, if it is the same attorney. So you see what the same way that they are using the narrative that the attorney is nobody, is an unknown person. The same way that Ngozi told them is the way they are using the narrative now to go, all of them, because they are listening to Ngozi. Ngozi said the attorney is a miscreant. You see, you hear him now speak that an unknown person came to speak. So they are going in line with the way Ngozi addressed the attorney. Because all of them are being demented.
asking questions, and he's here trying to throw more light on that. The Cut and John video that he's known for have actually brought out another propaganda.
When I come here, I take time to analyze and explain things one by one. But you hear the idiot, he said I do cut and join video. That I'm using it for propaganda. And what he's saying has nothing even to do with what I address.
Just yesterday, he made this video yesterday, 20th of January 2025. Today is 21st of January 2025. And I am here to share it with you to see the reason why in his own mind,
I did not make any video yesterday. I did not make any video yesterday. Yesterday we were in a joint broadcast. So the video is talking about is not yesterday. That should be maybe 2 days or 3 days ago.
It is wise to go back to fall back. And one of the reasons is because of what he said here. So I'm going to...
See, the main problem they have here now is the message from the attorney. That attorney brought message from PM and said that PM instructed that every Biafran should fall back to BRGIE, being the foundation and the only legal entity that stands to bring USB to full stability. Because we have just declared the restoration of USB, but we are not done yet. So we still have more to do. So there is no how you can scrap USB now or push USB behind, because USB is the only body that has the legal powers to work from beginning of time to the end of time for USB to be totally liberated and recognized. Until when USB is totally liberated and recognized, that is when you see that BRGIE function will come to completion. Now, we have just started the real phase of the work that USB has to do. But because of lack of information and understanding, they have brought non-entities like this now to come into the media to come and start talking down on the Biafran Republic government.
Allow the video to play, then you hear it yourself. But before then, click on the like button. Very, very important that you do so. Like the video. That's a way you can support us apart from super chat. Then subscribe to the channel
hear that
if you have not. comment,
Okay.
of course, very, very
Okay.
important as well. So listen to this.
Because their main objective of coming out is to get money. Subscribe and like. That is the way you can support them, aside from super chats, so that they can get money from the TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Just to do what? Blackmail Sonny, slander his name, but you make money from social media. That is it. The same way that they did to Prime Minister. Prime Minister is busy talking from morning till night. There are many of them that are picking whatever he's saying to do blocking. Just to make money, they are ready to blackmail him from morning till night. They said Prime Minister collected money from Nigerian government to destroy Supreme Leader. They said Prime Minister collected money from Tinubu to destroy Biafra. It was aired yesterday when we were on a live broadcast. We played it yesterday in a joint media broadcast with the media team, where Arise TV interviewed Prime Minister, and then they refused to air the interview because they saw that it was not to their own interest. They said, Prime Minister, you have been accused of working with Tinubu and collecting money from Nigerian terrorist government. I want to say, how can I be fighting the same one Nigerian terrorist, and then you are now still accusing me of collecting money from the same terrorist government? I am fighting them on a daily basis. They are crying every day that I am disturbing them. I'm not allowing them to breathe. And then you are now still accusing me that I am collecting money from them. What is the rationale behind your madness? Because you don't reason well. The other one that I showed before, that one said Nigerian terrorist government gave us $150 million to destroy Simon Ekpa. So Nigerian terrorist government will give us $150 million. And then we will still be coming to fundraising every day. Do you know what it costs to get hammer tankers? Do you know what it costs to get warship? Do you know what it costs to get fighter jet? Do you know what it costs to get RPG? Do you know what it costs to get AK-47? Now, we don't need pump action again, because pump action is for children. You need to get automatic machine that when you press the button, you release like 20. So that if the enemy escape 5, 15 will not go untouched. So you think that we will have even $50 million, and then we will come out to come and beg you people for fundraising every day? This is how far the propaganda and blackmail is going. NGOZI is selling it to them, giving them the topic. IPOB Nigeria is very good at what? Propaganda and blackmail. This is what they have been using before now. So all the ones that have left IPOB Nigeria to join NGOZI now to become their media team, it is what they are very good at. They will go and sit down and cook one story and write one long epistle. Put your name and say you do this and do that and do that. Then all the foolish idiots, they will copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste and post, without asking for verification of the facts and figures that they are copying and pasting, to know whether they are going to incriminate themselves or not. No. They will copy and paste without any evidence. So this idiot here now is here to disgrace himself.
Okay.
Is sacrosanct. This December 2nd is sacrosanct. Oh my God.
Let me take it back. Let me take it back again so that you hear.
This December 2nd is sacrosanct.
Okay.
This December 2nd is sacrosanct. Oh my God.
So that is a Sona Barawa recording the same thing.
This December 2nd is sacrosanct.
Okay. Now listen.
What did Madam do? Madam, let me go back again. Madam has succeeded in removing the sacrosanct of Prime Minister to become
2 weeks, it could last 3 weeks, it could last
important for her.
Now, this change of date is one of the reasons, if not the only reason, Sona Barawa is in support or was advised to say what he's saying. Because,
You see, from my speech, I did not say that because NGOZI changed date from 29, from 2nd to 29, that I should, or that is the reason why I say, or BRGIE must continue to stand. I did not say because NGOZI changed date from 2nd to 29, that BRGIE is a legal entity. But this idiot is interpreting that it is because of change of date. That is why I say BRGIE is the legal entity. Chai. So if I have this $150 million that they said, you people think that I will still be here, Seth, if I have this $150 million. If APM see this $150 million, if we have this $150 million in Biafra government account, because they said they did not pay the money to me, they did not pay the money to Okechukwu Nkere. They said they paid the money to Biafra government account. When you hear how the cheap blackmail is so silly. So if we see this $150 million, what do you think say we for don't do for homeland? I am making this Okoko today to be popular. That is why I am playing his video. So that the rest of them will take dressing from it. Yesterday, I played the video of this other Okoko. This one, I played the video of this one. Now, when I finish deal with one of you, you will become useless. Because every Biafra, tomorrow, I'm going to write the same thing that I write on this one now as fake news, beware of propagandists. I'm going to write on this other one and circulate it. Biafrans will push it everywhere. If you were having 2 people listening to you and giving you super chat, the 2 people will now reduce to 1. After then, it will reduce to 0. Because you open your mouth and say they should click the like button, click the subscribe, so that money will come, so that they can give you super chat. Sonny is not here for super chat. But you are here to talk, to condemn Sonny's name, condemn Okechukwu Nkere, condemn Ajare, condemn CRC minister, because of what? Super chat, so that you can make money online. Sonny is not here for super chat. Though. I don't beg anybody for super chat. And you don't see the option to press and give the super chat on my platform, because I'm not here for super chat. I'm only here to tell you, Ezioku Bondo. I tell you the way it is. If you like, you go and hawk transformer and die. I don't give a damn. So, in this very video, because I'm not going to play all of it, I want to go and talk about something else that is important to Biafrans. In this very video, he said, we need to come and do accountability. I want to ask Biafrans, these are people that you don't see their faces in fundraising for once. They don't contribute any dime from the money they make from YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or TikTok or social, when they now use our faces to put as traitors and betrayers and give us hundreds of names. You don't see them come back to come and pay even $5. Emmanuel Remigius has been making money from YouTube with Biafra by putting my face and calling a traitor, terrorist, criminal. He put the faces of the Biafra Defense Forces, he called them criminals, traitors, kidnappers, according to what NGOZI told them to do. But they cannot bring $5, 5 ejema, to come and make donation in the fundraising. But Sonny is not begging any of you for money. Sonny is spending his time to sacrifice for Biafra, and he also make his donation. Just be listening. When my country is coming to make the announcement of our fundraising, you will hear my name. But yet, I am still here to sacrifice my time and energy to pay for the platform that I am using. I am paying for it so that I can come out like this and talk to Biafrans. Now, that is the broadcasting platform, because when you are here like this, you have to come out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, social, and many other social media. I have to pay for this platform before we can use it every month. I have to pay for my internet. I have to pay for my electricity. How about my time? I have my family. I have my work that I have to work to make ends meet. But I have to see how all of them fit in. I sacrifice. I have my own time that I have to sacrifice for Biafra. Now, on Twitter, before we can come out on Twitter, aside from the money that we pay to this platform to be able to broadcast and come out, we have to pay extra money to Twitter so that when we are broadcasting, the broadcast can come out on Twitter. Am I asking any of you for the money? Did I obligate any of you that you should come and give me a super chat? No. I take care of my thing myself. I don't even want anything from any of you, so that tomorrow you will not use it against me. Yes, because today, when you give somebody something without him asking for it, tomorrow you will come out and start calling his name. I'm the one that gave him this. I'm the one that gave him this. So don't give me something if you know that you will use it against me tomorrow. Yes. Better I remain a poor man than to collect what you give me and then you use my name to ridicule tomorrow. This Ewu here said that Okenkere and Sonny should come and do account. I want to ask him if he knows anything about the account of Biafran government, or if he's listening to NGOZI. Has there ever been a time that Prime Minister asked for accountability that needs to be brought to the entire cabinet? What do you know about Brgie? Please, anybody that knows him should send this very broadcast to him, because I just decided to make him popular today. What account do you want to do? You want, NGOZI is telling people that you need to do account. Is it the account of Okechukwu Nkere after Prime Minister was called in for interrogation to this very day that you need? Or you need the account of the works of Prime Minister from 2021 till the 18th of November 2024? Is it the account of Prime Minister that you need? Why do you need the accountability of Prime Minister, his government, of how he was supervising the government, how everything were managed while he is not dead? He is not dead though. He is not removed from government. He is still actively the Prime Minister, but he is in detention. So why do you need his accountability while he is in detention? Why are you in a rush to ask for the accountability of a man that has sacrificed everything for Biafra? He is in that place answering questions because of Biafra. You are asking for his accountability now. Why can't you wait for him to come out? There is something some of you don't understand. When NGOZI comes out and be shouting, Okenkere should come and give accountability. Okenkere should come and give accountability. Which accountability is Okenkere going to give you? Okenkere has no accountability to give. If Okenkere should open any book now and start saying anything, he is going to give you accountability of the works done under the watch. Listen, under the watch of the Prime Minister, not under his own watch. Because Prime Minister was taken yesterday. Okenkere has not done anything yet. All the report that you are seeking for is the report of the Prime Minister under the watch of Prime Minister when he was here. So why do you so need the report of accountability of Prime Minister in his absence? Why is it so important to you that you need that report in his absence, not in his presence? Why didn't you summon the Prime Minister to give you the accountability when he is here? Why are you pressing the button and pressing so hard to get the accountability of Prime Minister in his own absence? Because you know, he instituted a Prime Minister. He instituted a Finance Minister and presented it to the Biafran government, and everybody voted and adopted him and elected him. So today now, because he is not here, you hold his finance minister to come and give his report. Is that not treason? Not that he is not here, that he is incommunicado or he is dead. No, he is not dead. He is still alive. He is in there to answer questions because of this very government which he set in place. And it is the same government that has ganged up against him to ask for his own accountability in his own absence. Is that not treasonable? What do you need those information of that accountability for? While the man is in detention, why do you need his accountability? Why do you need those information to be brought out now? Why can't you say, okay, let's keep that one until when it comes out, it will sort it out. Then continue with the new template. Why do you insist on the accountability of the Prime Minister while he is facing interrogation? You see, many of you don't know what Okenkere is doing for all of you. If Okenkere venture any day comes out and starts saying this is the accountability of what the government were doing under the watch of Prime Minister, he is digging the grave of Prime Minister. So you need to clap for Okenkere. You need to clap for Sonny that was shouting and say, you cannot have accountability of Prime Minister in the absence of Prime Minister while he is facing interrogation for the same government that he suffered for. Wait until when he comes before you seek that thing that you find, because you are all evil. That is why I started this program by cursing many people. Yes. It's not my doing or my way of life that I started a program and then I start cursing people. But today, I was so provoked because when I listen to many of you, accountability. Do you know what the accountability will imply when you bring it out against a man that is being interrogated by the government? And when all of you are shouting accountability, the accountability that you're looking for is not for him. The accountability is for the Biafran people. Whatever we do with Biafran government affairs is for the Biafran people. It's not for the Prime Minister. Because you don't know where NGOZI is going. NGOZI is pushing for this accountability so that he will use it to rob the Prime Minister, and she will say that this is what happened under his watch. That is what NGOZI is looking for. So there is no accountability. All of you can continue to cry from now until next year looking for accountability. You will not see accountability as long as I am still alive. Except I die tomorrow. Listen to me very well. If I die tomorrow, then I am not here. Maybe you can force Okenkere like this and collect accountability. But as I am still alive, you cannot get accountability because I know what you people are looking for when you are suffering for accountability. I know. What accountability are you actually looking for? Let me break it down for you. Are you looking for the accountability of how much funds we raise in the fundraising? Oh, there is a finance department and directory. that takes record of how much we raise in a fundraising. And it is not how much we raise in a fundraising that is the issue. The question is, how many of you remit the money that comes to say, I am paying $50, I am paying $200, I am paying $50, I am paying $100, I am paying $1,000. How many of you remit that money? And if you venture remit the money, how many of you remit the money in time? If you remit the money within 1 week or 2 or month, tell me. So when we do fundraising, at the end of the day, the account directory department will now see that on their paper which they recorded, everything total maybe 6,000 ejema. At the end of the day or at the end of the month, from that 6,000 ejema, only 4,000 ejema is remitted. And then we had logistics of 10,000 ejema. What do we do? Oh, you will not care what we do, right? And how we will look for the rest of the money to take care of our logistics. But you want to see accountability. The accountability that you want to know how much we spend in buying AK-47, right? You want to know how much we spend in buying groundnuts. You want to know how much we spend if we are able to buy armor tanker. You want to know how much we spend if we are able to buy fighter jet. And not just knowing, you want to know the bank account that we transfer the money to do the transaction with. You want to also know the company where we go and buy the things from, right? You want to also know the dealer that supplied the thing, right? If it was supply or not. You want to also know if we send the money to the person and the person collected the money. We know more than you understand. Okay? So you people should go and sleep because you guys are just bingos. When you see many of us in Biafra Liberation, we have been in many other places before coming to Biafra Liberation. So we are not babies and we did not start today. So you cannot wake up today and start looking for a way of destroying everything that we have built. No. There are men and women that we raise to protect this government so that they will not destroy it when a time like this comes. But many people will still continue to be foolish because foolishness runs in the brains of many people. If you ask some of them that are asking for accountability, ask them, which accountability are you asking of? Can you tell us or give us any evidence, a video or recording of when Prime Minister summoned the Minister of Finance to come and give the government accountability inside the government cabinet and then he ran away? Because the accountability of a government that we're talking about is not something that we should bring into the entire cabinet to come and do. Because the zoo terrorist government are looking for every information that has to do with the bank to know what we are doing, how we are spending the money and what we are doing. So when you come and start discussing information about the accountability of the account inside the cabinet, when you know that you have moles inside the cabinet, before you finish discussing, they have taken the message to the zoo terrorists. The zoo terrorist wants to know what we are doing and how we are doing it. Then you're asking for accountability. So that when we come and tell you the information, before you know it has escalated and gone haywire. So that you destroy every avenue through which we are having our connections to do what we have to do. We understand all these games. The reason why Prime Minister kept NGOZI away from the defense was because of this kind of sabotage. Prime Minister welcomes all of you into the cabinet, not minding where you all came from. But he had his reservations because he knows where you all came from, and then he reserved you where you have to be It stopped you from going to some places. That is why I give glory and honor to the Biafra Defense Forces Council. I give glory and honor to Minister Success. I give glory and honor to the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Butuzo, because he did not allow NGOZI to penetrate, to enter the Defense Council when NGOZI came after PM was called up for interrogations. He stopped her. If NGOZI has gone in to know everything by now, we would have been dead and gone. The Biafra Defense Forces would not be standing again. The lifeline of this government will be dead and gone. So the accountability that all of you are talking about and seeking, it is the death and the life of this very liberation. Those that are looking for accountability of Prime Minister in the name of Okenkere, listen very well. When you are shouting Okenkere should come and do accountability, know that you are digging the grave of Prime Minister. Because Okenkere is not coming to give you accountability for Okenkere. Okenkere is going to give you accountability for the government under the watch of Prime Minister. As I am the information minister now, right from when PM was here, if anything happens in the media, Prime Minister will summon me and ask me, why is this happening under your watch? Did you listen to me? He will ask, why is this happening under your watch? Because it is my department. I'm supposed to oversee and supervise and take care of everything there and bring report back to him. If the report comes to him before me, he will ask me, why is this happening under my watch? I have to defend it. So when you are saying Prime Minister is there, okay, Ngere should come and give account, you are asking for the accountability of the government under the watch of Prime Minister. And it is detrimental to Prime Minister. So because we say you cannot get the accountability, you're now using it, you turn the story upside down, that we embezzle money, we are criminals, we chop money. If I were given the opportunity to chop all this money, will I still be talking about Biafra like this, begging all of you to bring 55 naira, 55 VJ, 55 VJ, $55, 55 euros every day to come and support Biafra? We would have been swelling and swimming and enjoying money now. But some of you need deliverance, because if not, your brains will continue to be knocked. Now, let me go to one of the important things that I came here to do, because time is running out, and we have to also run and follow the time. Now, let me get my video, because I want to play something here. While we wait for this, I have to play something to keep us going. Okay. I think I've gotten the video or the audio I wanted to play. Okay, I want everybody to listen. I want everybody to listen. Now, listen to this very audio.
Any day, anytime. Now, all the explanations that you have given, people are still saying, hire an attorney. Last week we had a meeting where you said all the cabinet members have to start contributing money because
this is NGOZI meeting. This is NGOZI meeting. This is NGOZI meeting. I want people to listen. She is telling them they should contribute another money to hire another attorney. This is a way of embezzling their money because Prime Minister already has an attorney and that attorney is working. He's doing his work. It is through that attorney that Prime Minister has been going to court and coming back until this time that the attorneys have worked so hard till they got his communication restriction lifted. First, these same attorneys, they worked until his communication restrictions with the family was lifted, which he now had to talk to Adams, the son, and talk to the wife, and talk to his entire family. That was the first restriction that the attorneys worked and saw that it was lifted. The second one that just came recently, which APM gave us the update, was that other restrictions of communication has been lifted and that he will be able to communicate to many of us. That is why he was able to now call the APM. And he has called many of us. Listen. And he has also sent message through the attorney now to the Biafran people, which you had the last time. But NGOZI is deceiving his morons and mugus. That what? That they need to contribute money and give her for her to go and get another attorney. The same attorney that she got message before, and she came and gave people on a screenshot and said, this is message from attorney that I am the one to be in charge, to step in for PM and then carry out the items on the program in the convention, which was the reason why the step in was all about. It was not about NGOZI to be in charge. It was only to carry out the items on the program in the convention. Today, that same attorney is sending message now from PM. NGOZI say, no, the attorney is a criminal. She wants our foolish followers now in her cabinet to contribute another money and give her in the name of going to get another attorney. I want to ask all of you, is it the attorney that NGOZI will now go and get and force it on the Prime Minister that will work for the Prime Minister? Or is the Prime Minister that will decide the attorney that will work for him? Do you people see the level of the dementia that is working in NGOZI's brain? So after she will deceive all these people in this meeting, collect the money, she will use the money for whatever she knows what to do with. Because there is no how she will use this money for any attorney. Already, she has already come out to condemn the attorneys. She has come out to condemn the attorney and say the attorney is a criminal. The attorney is a miscreant. So the money she will collect from these people will not go to the attorney of PM. And there is no how she will get another attorney to go and work for PM when PM does not tell you he needs another attorney. The attorney of PM are actively working and they are giving results. And it is PM, the client, that has to be the one to decide if he needs to change his attorney or not. But what she's doing is to deceive the followers. Listen to the question that the followers are asking her inside our government meeting behind the scene.
Spend any day, any time. Now, all the explanations that you have given, people are still saying, hire an attorney. Last week we had a meeting where you said all the cabinet members have to start contributing money because we really do need money right now. PM is an attorney. Most of the cases that have been used, even by the international attorneys that filed the case for Onyendu, all the briefs were written by PM. PM himself is an attorney in Finland. And we have been, you have explained to us that there is really, even if we hire 1,000 attorneys with money we don't have, it would just be a facade. It's not going to do anybody any good. And maybe if we start maybe another bucket of contribution for PM's defense, somebody who would go to Finland or the attorney to be hired, maybe we should start that fund and see how, as they say, put your money where your mouth is. So say how much money will go into that bucket.
They said, contribute the money for somebody that will go to Finland. You see how demented they are? That you will donate the money and then pick somebody in America to now go to Finland. Are you getting the point? So they will pick another attorney in America to go and represent PM in Finland. An attorney in America who knows the jurisdiction of America. What do you know about the jurisdiction of Finland? Many of you do not know why Bruce Fein was not able to defend our supreme leader in Nigeria. You can only defend a client within the ambit of the law which you are conversant with. There is no jurisdiction or litigations or legalizations that give you the power to be a practicing attorney or lawyer in Nigeria. And then when there is a case in America, they now pick you in America to now go and defend the case in American court. It is not done. It doesn't work that way. You must be someone practicing in America for years and knows the modus operandi of American system in law, inclined with everything before you can be able to defend a client in American court. You cannot be picked in America as a legal practitioner to now go to Nigerian court to go and start defending a client in Nigerian court when you are not part and parcel of the system of the Nigerian court system. No, it is not done that way. So NGOZI is still using the brain of IPOB Nigeria and One Nigeria Fulani Islamic Jihadist system, brainwashing our followers that they need to pick another lawyer in America to now take to Finland, which does not work that way.
So say how much money will go into that bucket to, because we hire an attorney, we send him to Finland. The law in Finland says you cannot have two attorneys.
They say they will hire an attorney and send to Finland. So they have to hire an attorney in America and then send to Finland. You see how stupidity is working. You will hire an attorney in America, then send to Finland. You're not even talking about, we will liaise with the attorney in Finland, with the one in America for legal advice. No, that is not what they're talking about. You are even talking about, we will hire an attorney in America and then send to Finland. Chai, Alumero. Alumero. You will hire an attorney in America and then send to Finland. To go and do what? Did that lawyer study in Finland to know the Finland ethics of law? Did that lawyer study in Finland to know the criminal ethics in Finland? So because you want to prove a point, you will hire an attorney in America. You send the attorney to Finland. The attorney will just collect the money and eat, because one, you are going to pay for that attorney. If he's going to spend 7 days or 1 month in Finland, you pay. You pay for the eating, you pay for the newspaper, you pay for the toilets, you pay for the bathroom where you go stay, you pay for the slippers where you go wear, you pay for the cigarette where you go smoke, if it is smoke. You pay for everywhere. If you touch woman, you go pay for them. If you kiss woman, you go pay for them. If now a man, if now a woman, if you touch man, you go pay for them. If you touch sugar daddy, you go pay for them. Anything when touch, you go pay for them, because you are mumu, you are stupid. You have money, you don't know how to use your money. Just because you have decided to demean the existence of the actual legal practitioner, the attorney, which the Prime Minister has, because you don't want to agree with that attorney, because that attorney is telling you the truth. You want to go and do over-sabi, to bypass and go another way, thereby jeopardizing the entire people that are working with you there. They will all open a bucket, just like she's saying. I am going to bring the video of this person that is talking so that you see the face. This is Ulo Obonna talking. Ulo Obonna said, we are going to open the bucket of the money. We will all bring the money and then just waste the money. At the end of the day, we go back to square zero, because you are demented. You are working in a psychiatric hospital. You are using the ideology and the brain circle of psychiatric madness to come and lead us. Listen to her again.
How much money will go into that bucket to, because we hire an attorney, we send him to Finland. The law in Finland says you cannot have two attorneys. And the lawyer in Finland.
So you hear it. The lady has even done her research. And yet she's still following NGOZI, Sumbi. NGOZI is telling them they have to hire. But she now, that is more knowledgeable than NGOZI, she has done research to know that the law in Finland forbids that you cannot hire another attorney and bring in, and it doesn't work. That it must be a practicing lawyer or attorney in Finland. But NGOZI is still fooling her brain, and she's still there, trying to convince a psychiatric nurse, trying to convince a psychiatric patient, because anybody that is taking care of a dog, you must behave like a dog to be able to take care of a dog. That means you're a dog. If you're taking care of a psychiatric patient, you must behave like a psychiatric patient so that you can be able to take care of that patient. If you are not mad, you cannot deal with mad people. If you are not sick, you cannot deal with sick people. If you're not mentally unstable, you cannot deal with mentally unstable people. Are you getting the point? Okay. So imagine NGOZI leading people that claim that they see road when they don't see road. Ngozi is leading them to the well.
Defense, somebody who would go to Finland or the attorney to be hired. Maybe we should start that fund and see how, is they say, put your money where your mouth is. So say how much money will go into that bucket because we hire an attorney, we send him to Finland. The law in Finland says you cannot have two attorneys. And the lawyer in Finland does not want anybody to meddle in the case. Our PM is an attorney himself. He approves of the man who is defending him in Finland. So who are we to say otherwise? If PM didn't think that...
No, Ngozi wants you people to do otherwise because she doesn't agree with the message that is coming from the attorney, so that she wants to use her own initiative to see if she can push away the attorney or that PM brought by himself, so that any message that is coming now, she will be able to twist the brain of the attorney to be the way it will favor her. So that as all of you are there now, whatever she will be telling you, all of you people will take it. Continue to lament. Ulo, you know the truth, but you don't want to leave the madness. You want to continue to remain there. You continue to be singing like this until one day your voice no go there again.
Finland, the law in Finland says you cannot have two attorneys. And the lawyer in Finland does not want anybody to meddle in the case. Our PM is an attorney himself. He approves of the man who is defending him in Finland. So who are we to say otherwise? If PM didn't think that lawyer was capable, he will put a word across for us to, for a new lawyer to be sent to him.
Now, the voice of the person that you are hearing here is this person here. This is the voice of the person you are hearing. Ulo Ogbonna. Yes. This is the voice of Ulo Ogbonna that you are hearing now. She happens to be the only one that she have brain. She happens to be the only one that still have brains. That is, the brain cells is still working. But as the brain cell is still working, she cannot use it well. Everything she said here will be nipped on the board because those that are there reasoning with her are not taking what she's saying. That is why even after the attorney will finish speak, she herself still assume and conclude that the attorney is not the attorney, that the attorney is talking lies. So as Ngozi said, ignore the attorney. She also clapped for Ngozi. She clapped for Ngozi and said, yes, ignore the attorney, because she's still there now. She's still there now, clapping for Ngozi. And Ngozi said, ignore the attorney. She clapped. Can you see her hand? She's clapping. She's clapping. And you should ignore the attorney. Yes, she's the one that was crying in that audio I'm playing. I'm going to continue the audio again so that all of you will hear. I just brought her face so that you will see her face to know the person that is crying in that very meeting. Here she is. I'm bringing the audio again.
That's number one issue I have. My second issue, please, DPM, don't be offended for what I have to say right now. If PM has free...
He beg am first, so that make she no come out am from government. You see, this is the thing I said. Sonny is not a pushover. I will not beg you because of fear of not to be removed from government. Because I did not come there to keep position. I came there to work for Biafra and to tell you what I have to tell you. Ezioku Bundu, I'll tell you the way it is. When you finish, you can tell me what you want to tell me. I will not beg you. You have spoken the first one, and everything you said has reasons. You are now going to the second one, you're begging her first. Don't be angry. Oh. I still want to say this one so that you will not flock me. Oh. Why can't you just open mouth and tell her all these things that you're doing is wrong? No, you want to beg her so that she will not flock you. Beg her very well.
Free access to his phone, and up till now he has not made any direct contact. He will put
Listen
a word
very well.
across for us to for a new lawyer to be sent to him. That's number one issue I have. My second issue, please, DPM, don't be offended for what I have to say right now. If PM has free access to his phone, and up till now he has not made any direct contact, how am I sure, I'm not saying we, that PM has not taken sides? How am I sure that PM is not speaking to the other side?
This one moved me. He said, you said that they have lifted PM's communication and that PM will start making calls. How am I sure that PM has not abandoned us and then taken sides with the other side? You see, when you are doing something that you know is unsure, is not justified, something that inside of you, you are bothered, you know that what you're doing is not right, you will always be having a biased mind against the decision that you take. Because there has never been a time that I sat down to ask myself and say, what if PM comes out and then says, Tony, all what you have been doing is wrong? I have never for once sat down to be having that kind of thoughts. You know why? Because I am convinced and I know that what I am doing is right. That defending no accountability on top the head of Prime Minister, I know that it is the right thing that I'm doing. That defending no accountability from the Biafra Defense Council, I know that it is the right thing that I'm doing. That stopping NGOZI from postponing fundraising, I know it is the right thing that I'm doing. That stopping NGOZI from entering the Biafran government website and the IPOB in the USA website to take it over and then change everything, I knew that stopping her is the right thing that I am doing. I also know that stopping NGOZI from entering the Bank of Biafra official website treasury, that it is the right thing that I am doing. I knew that condemning NGOZI from bringing out the name of the PM's PA and writing a memo and say suspending him, I know that standing against them in that meeting is the right thing that I am doing. I know that when I kick against NGOZI, calling the Biafra Defense Forces fraudulent entity and everything that they're doing that is criminal, I know that it is the right thing that I'm doing. I don't need to go and ask somebody and say, what if Prime Minister come back tomorrow and he does not recognize what I'm doing or he rejects me? I don't work for recognition. Mbano. I don't work for recognition. I don't work for you to recognize me and to see that what I am doing is right. I do what I know is in line with the ethics of this freedom that I have put my leg in. What I know that if I allow you to press the button, it will kill me for being in this freedom and will kill the entire Biafrans. That button, I will not allow you to press it. That button is the button of the defense. It is the button of the finance. It is the button of the accountability. It is the button of the website. It is the button of the USB website where Biafrans are doing their staking and making ends meet. It is the button of trying to go and invade the website and take over and change everything. It is the button of trying to invade the Biafra Defense Council to go and take over. It is the button of changing the entire structure of BRGIE. And I say no. I don't need anybody to ask the person. If PM comes out and condemns me, that means you don't know what you're doing. You don't know. There are many people that do not know what they are doing. They need conviction. They need somebody to tell them they are doing the right thing. No. First and foremost, you need to know and be convinced by yourself that what you are doing is right before you even start doing it. You don't need somebody to tell you. You should be convinced, determined, concentrate and focus on taking a decision. You should come to a point of understanding that this thing that you want to do is the right thing before you even start to do it. You don't need somebody to convince you. You don't need somebody to assure you. So when you listen to this lady now, she's asking NGOZI, what if Prime Minister coming out or Prime Minister start communication? He has abandoned us. He is already communicating with Okechukwu Nkere and Sonny and Ajare and CRC Minister. And then he is not communicating us. What have we done wrong? Or why? Or is there something that you are deceiving us that you're not telling us? Or is it that he has started communicating and then you don't want to tell us what he said?
Okay. So that ends my own concern. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it again.
Don't be offended for what I have to say right now. If PM has free access to his phone, and up till now he has not made any direct contact, how am I sure, I'm not saying we, that PM has not taken sides? How am I sure that PM is not speaking to the other side? That's something that we have to investigate. If he has taken sides, because I believe he knows what's going on. And if he...
God bless you. She believes PM knows what is going on. So she believes PM knows what is going on. That means PM has seen all the sabotages that NGOZI is doing. PM has seen every post and every broadcast that NGOZI is making. All the utterances that NGOZI is making, from the lobbies being criminals, from the PA of PM being suspended, from dissolving the Biafran government while the convention is ongoing, which is unconstitutional, which makes everything that happens in the convention null and void, from condemning and declaring the Biafra Defense Forces that was unveiled in Helsinki 2023 to be fraudulent, criminal, kidnappers, from condemning the IOU, which Prime Minister unveiled on the mandate of the people to use and raise funds for the liberation of Biafra land, from going to enter and infiltrate the Biafra Gov website, from going to infiltrate and enter the IPB in USA website, from going to take over the Bank of Biafra website and treasury, which we stopped, from coming to call the finance minister for accountability of Prime Minister's watch as the Prime Minister, from calling for accountability of the Biafra Defense Council under the watch of Prime Minister. This lady has just connected the dot and said, I am fully aware that Prime Minister is aware of everything that is going on. Yes. So she, using her number 6, comes to the conclusion that if Prime Minister looks at every ups and downs that NGOZI has caused, that Prime Minister will not pick up phone to call them or call NGOZI, that Prime Minister would rather call where he see that things are going the right way. And the next message that will come from Prime Minister will be to condemn them. This lady made this audio inside their meeting before, listen up, before the attorney of Prime Minister came to deliver the message a few days ago. So it's like God used this lady to pass a message to them inside of their meeting. But do they have brains? They don't have brains. I'm going to replay it again so that some of you will understand the point.
Lawyer was capable, he will put a word across for us to for a new lawyer to be sent to him. That's number one issue I have. My second issue, please, DPM, don't be offended for what I have to say right now. If PM has free access to his phone, and up till now he has not made any direct contact, how am I sure, I'm not saying we, that PM has not taken sides? How am I sure that PM is not speaking to the other side? That's something that we have to investigate. If he has taken sides, because I believe he knows what's going on, and if he
I believe he knows what is going on. I believe he knows what is going on. Hey, God bless this lady with one wisdom. Maybe after I finish play this video now, to use it for this exposition, maybe tomorrow, NGOZI will remove her from our cabinet. I will say it the way my Prime Minister used to say it. It is not this lady that gave me this audio. It is still part of your cabinet that gave me this audio. That is to tell you that many of the people in this your fraudulent cabinet, they know that you are walking to doom. And they are pushing you to that grave. That is why I made a program sometime and I said, those that are supporting NGOZI, they don't like NGOZI. Because if they like NGOZI, they will advise her properly. Those that are supporting NGOZI, they don't like NGOZI. I want people to listen very well. If somebody loves you, when the person sees that you are falling into a well, the person will caution you and will do everything possible to pull you out because you are heading to your doom. But when none of them loves you, they will continue to sing your praises and clap for you while you are sinking inside the ship. Your ship is sinking and you're sinking alongside with it. They will be clapping for you, while they have already prepared a rescue boat to take them out as soon as they see that you are totally sunk inside. This is what all of them are going to do to NGOZI. I am going to remind NGOZI and the rest of them one person. Victor Okanobi. He was with Emeka Livingstone, Juliet, Kelechi, and the rest of them that were asking for the same accountability of ESN. I'm reminding you people, Victor Oganobi or Obanobi, he was with Juliet, Kelechi, Emeka Livingstone, and the rest of them that were asking for accountability. When the thing cook, and when the thing later come hook, Victor Oganobi, he ran away and left Emeka Livingstone. He ran away and left Juliet. He ran away and left Kelechi. They were all in the soup alone. Victor ran away, went and hid. Later, he came back to come and beg Prime Minister to forgive him. Today, the same Victor Oganobi is the one writing one epistle of propaganda and blackmail and slander. He will write it and finish. He will give it to Dr. Agi. Dr. Agi will post. He will give it to Go247. Go247 will post. Still for accountability again and against Sonny and Achare and PM and APM and PM today. He will write it and give it to Tochi. He will give it to QTV. All of them, they will be sharing it. The same Victor Oganobi that canvassed for accountability and called Prime Minister Ghost Prime Minister when they were canvassing for accountability. And when we were showing them the office in Baltimore, Victor was the one leading the gang, telling them that the Baltimore office is a ghost office. Until the day Emeka Livingstone got to the office and was disgraced, that was the day Victor Oganobi ran away and left Emeka Livingstone. He went and hid. After he came back to come and start being Prime Minister. When Emeka Livingstone and Kelechi and Juliet and the rest of them were facing the knockout between us, the autopilot media, with them, Victor went and hid and abandoned them. Until when he saw that Emeka, Juliet have all fizzled away. After some months, Victor came out and started sending us message to go and beg Prime Minister for him. I want you to remember this is the same Victor that his name was called on Radio Biafra and television by IPOB Nigeria. IPOB Nigeria called his name because they wanted to eliminate him. That is why they called his name, for Zoo Nigeria terrorists to go after him and kill him. It is the same Prime Minister that made effort with Gaddafi and General Butuzo, which today, all of them, they are calling General Butuzo criminal. Madam Azuka was also here that time. Yes, Madam Azuka also made effort. All these people today now, Victor Oganobi is calling them criminals. The same Victor is working against the structure, and the same General Butuzo that made his way to save his life, to smuggle him out of Nigeria. When IPOB Nigeria were calling his name on air so that Nigerian terrorists will go and kill him. The same thing that we are condemning, we were condemning that time, that DOS does not need to come and call names of Biafrans on air. The same thing that NGOZI is doing now, and Victor Oganobi is clapping for NGOZI. Victor Oganobi, he will run away and leave NGOZI after he sees that NGOZI has sunk 6 feet. Many of them will run away and leave NGOZI, and NGOZI will be crying alone at the end of the day. All of them that are crying and singing and praising NGOZI today, they will run away and leave NGOZI because they don't love NGOZI. When I said I love NGOZI more than any of you that is around her today, some of you don't understand. Because all of you, you are all wicked. If you are not wicked, you for open your mouth, tell NGOZI the truth. Me, myself, I have told NGOZI the truth. I told NGOZI the truth right from the day of the convention. I told NGOZI the truth right from the inside the meeting, when she knocked me out of the meeting because of telling her the truth. The day they were planning of removing success, I stormed that meeting and I condemned them. They removed me from the meeting. Immediately, they blocked me out of the meeting. The day I am now controlling the technical unit and I see that we start convention and declaration that was supposed to be done on the 2nd, NGOZI took the stage to start doing it and took over the program from the chairman of the convention on the 29th. I messaged NGOZI that time and said, NGOZI, why are you changing the program? If you're changing anything, do not change the date which Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, said 2nd December is sacrosanct. I told her, Kodo Kodo, she has the message where me and her communicated. I said, if you have to change anything, do not change this 2nd of December, which is the date that Prime Minister has been singing for over a year. When you people had me do that broadcast and then I was saying it, it is something I have told NGOZI. I want to ask all of you, which of those people that are clapping for NGOZI now have told her the truth? It is somebody that wants you to be alive that will open mouth and tell you the truth. Those that don't want her to be alive, they are the ones that are clapping for her and telling her the lies, and they cannot open their mouth and say the truth. NGOZI has knocked me out of cabinet meeting since Prime Minister was called for interrogation over 3 times. Why? Because I open mouth and tell her the truth. So because she doesn't want to hear the truth, she will knock me out of the meeting. And you know, when you are knocked out of the Zoom meeting, you are blocked. You cannot join with that device again, except you go and use another device to come and join before you can enter again. So, all of them that are gathering around her, they are doing what? They are digging a grave. They are digging a grave. Because the same way that they did and ran away and left Emeka Livingstone is the same way they will do and leave her. I'll continue to tell you what I have to tell you. But you see what this lady is saying here, Ulo Ogbonna, she's saying the truth. That she have it on notice that Prime Minister is aware of every destruction that you, NGOZI, is doing here. So how are we sure that when Prime Minister start considering all this destruction that you are doing, that he will still communicate to you and talk to you or admonish us? That instead, she already has the feeling that Prime Minister will not admonish us for this evil that we are doing. The Prime Minister would rather go and talk to Okechukwu Nkere, because that one is not destroying everything that Prime Minister put in place for Biafra people. Rather, he's holding the foundation down. He's keeping the lobbyist. He's keeping the defense. He's keeping the liberation. He's keeping the finance. He's keeping the website. He's keeping every structure, seeing that everything goes forward. But you are destroying. Listen to the lady, then you hear what Madam will answer, because Madam will always look for excuse to cover up her mess.
Word across for us to for a new lawyer to be sent to him. That's number one issue I have. My second issue, please, DPM, don't be offended for what I have to say right now. If PM has free access to his phone, and up till now he has not made any direct contact, how am I sure, I'm not saying we, that PM has not taken sides? How am I sure that PM is not speaking to the other side? That's something that we have to investigate. If he has taken sides, because I believe he knows what's going on. And if he knows, and we've not heard anything from him, if he's taking sides, that's also something that we should know as well. So that,
because they believe the Prime Minister knows the truth. And that if Prime Minister knows the truth, and then he's not calling them, that means it's a red flag for them. See where it is going? Some of them have brains, but they don't want to use it to reason and to put it into play. Some of them have brains, but they don't want to use it. They understand why would have PM. Now that he has access to be viewing the media, that he will see all the nonsense that they are doing, which is destroying. And they are afraid. But when they come out online, You will not see them like this. So, but inside they are coming, they are afraid. How are we sure? Oh, PM will come and apprehend us. But when you saw the lady here, now, she's very clapping for Ngozi. See her here. She's clapping for Ngozi. Can you see the lady? The lady, see her here. She's clapping for Ngozi here. She's clapping here for Ngozi. Clapping for Ngozi. That is Ulo Ogbonna. Clapping for Ngozi. Clapping for Ngozi. Clapping for Ngozi. When they come out on live, she's clapping for Ngozi. And when they go back, she's continuing to cry inside the house. Now, listen to how Ngozi would defend her madness. Listen now.
Okay.
So that ends my own concern. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable. Again, to answer your question, having access to phone doesn't mean PM have access to his phone. Again, there's a lot of wrong information flying out there. That is why during our last meeting, I never said PM has access to phone. I never even used phone. And there's a reason why when I make statements, I want people to watch what I said. I never tell anybody PM has access to phone. So anybody saying it might be able to give us the fact that they know and how they know. All I know and what
they said, put your money where your mouth is, sending him in Finland. So who are we to say otherwise? If PM didn't think that lawyer was capable, he would put a word across for us to for a new lawyer to be sent to him. That's number one issue I have. My second issue, please, DPM, don't be offended for what I have to say right now. If PM has free access to his phone, and up till now he has not made any direct contact, how am I sure, I'm not saying we, that PM has not taken sides? How am I sure that PM is not speaking to the other side? That's something that we have to investigate. If he has taken sides, because I believe he knows what's going on. And if he knows, and we've not heard anything from him, if he's taking sides, that's also something that we should know as well. So that,
okay. So
I believe he knows what is going on. The fear of PM knowing what is going on. The fear of PM knowing the sabotage that they have caused is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of PM knowing the sabotage that they have caused is the fear that they have here now. That, oh, what will PM do to us after knowing the sabotage that we have caused? Because they know they are committing sabotage.
That's my own concern. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable. Again, to answer your question, having access to phone doesn't mean PM have access to his phone. Again, there's a lot of wrong information flying out there. That is why during our last meeting, I never said PM has access to phone. I never even used phone. And there's a reason why when I make statements, I want people to watch what I said. I never tell anybody PM has access to phone. So anybody saying it might be able to give us the fact that they know and how they know. All I know and what I know, I keep saying, is there's a restriction to PM's status, something to that effect. Because I know people go out there and throw out words from the other camp. Because that night while we were having our meeting, I know that they went out there to throw out whatever they know, they think that PM now has access to phone, and it was flying everywhere. But that is wrong, because PM having access to, or having relaxed restriction, that's the right word to use, relaxed restriction to communication, doesn't mean that PM has his phone. So whoever is saying that is false. That is number one. Number two, when they say there's relaxation on restrictions to his communication, it doesn't mean that PM will just pick out the phone and be talking forever. There is a limit to maybe how many minutes he can talk to somebody, maybe in a week or maybe in some days. But this thing, people don't know that. And that is how it works. That is the law. One, he doesn't have access to his phone. Two, he doesn't have access to phone. But there's relaxation in the restriction. But inside that relaxation, there's also rules that guide who he communicates with and what he says. As far as taking side with anybody, that is ruled out. The information that I got from the civil attorney, PM has already given his instruction, and it was a clear instruction who the whole Biafrans should follow, and Biafrans are doing that.
Hey! Did NGOZI answer the question? No. The same civil attorney that she said PM gave instruction is the message that she brought to come and show all of you as a WhatsApp message. It is the same civil attorney that she's talking about now. That is the Mariam Neng that came and spoke to all of you 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, or 4 days ago. Now that the attorney has come to speak, she ran away and now said the attorney is now a criminal. The attorney is now a miscreant. The question that Ulo asked her, now that PM's communication has been relaxed, communication restrictions has been relaxed, and then we don't hear you tell us that he has called you. How are we not sure that he has not called the other people and then abandoned us, knowing too well that PM is aware of everything that we have sabotaged so far? She did not answer the question. No. She started by educating the lady about what relaxation of restriction means, and the kind of communication that will need to go out and what should not go out. But the question the lady asked, we should be worried that PM now knows everything that we have done, which has been sabotage. How are we sure that he's not abandoning us, rejecting us, and then putting us aside and then making calls to the other side? Now, this was before the attorney came to release the last message. And now, after then, and before then, PM, as you heard from APM, PM had called APM. According to the same question that this woman was asking. According to the same question that this woman was asking, how are they sure that with all this their sabotage that they have done alongside with you, that PM, after seeing all the sabotage, and then refuse to be calling you, and you're not coming to give us any message that you got a call from PM? How are we sure that PM has not abandoned you because of the sabotage that you have caused? and also abandon us. That means all of us, we are in a sinking ship. That is the message that the lady was passing. That it is high time we wake up to realize that as PM has not called us, that means PM is probably calling the other people because they know the PM that they have. That he will not wake up from toilet and then carry the hand where he take poo, carry and cover, wash him face. No, he go wash that hand first, wash and finish. After he wash and finish, before he go decide to use the hand to rub him face. So when PM come out from toilet and then see that all of you mess up the house, he will not come and start clapping for you. That is why he sent the message to NGOZI. APM has told you, PM has communicated with me, and I spoke over 30 minutes on phone, giving instructions and directing on what we should do. And not just him. He also said that in that very interview that he granted, he said, PM has also sent messages to some of the ministers in the cabinet that I should tell them this and tell them that. He said it there. But he's not going to mention their names on air. So he will send the message to them privately. If they like to listen, they listen. If they don't like to listen, let them continue to remain foolish to NGOZI. PM is talking to those he wants to call. As at when he will call you. But it's unfortunate that NGOZI is not getting any call. Hey, it's too bad. NGOZI is not getting any call. The most trusted COS the Prime Minister trusted her so much, and then she could now go and bring the private meeting recordings of Prime Minister, put it on air in the absence of Prime Minister. She could now go and bring the email, confidential email communication between the attorney and the lobbies of the Biafran government communicating with the Prime Minister. She now bring it, throw it on air just to prove a point. Call the attorney and the lobbies criminals. Every other cabinet members, criminals. Whoever does not agree with her. The Biafra Defense Forces became criminals to her. She now decided to go and start her own recruitment of a new army and said that the one that we unveiled in Helsinki 2023, October, they are all criminals. So the one that you are going to go and recruit yourself now, they are no criminals. You bring out ID card. You bring out bank account for Biafrans to do payment to Islamic bank account as a Biafra Liberation Tax account in the homeland. You also bring out bank account for your Biafra army recruitment that you are doing. You say they will do Biafra ID card. They will carry the Biafra ID card as Biafra army. When Nigerian terrorists accost them, they will show and say, I am Biafra army. I am fighting you, Nigerian terrorists. So this is my Biafra ID card. And then Nigerian terrorists will clap for you and say, yes, welcome. Terrorists that is fighting me, come. They will embrace you, right? And they will kiss you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Chai! Ndisiochi. Ndisiochi. When you are talking of real psychiatric patients, Naim NGOZI. Naim NGOZI. You will do ID card. You will do ID card code and then you give to Biafra Army. You now do bank account and give to Biafra Army. And these accounts are all domiciles inside the bank of Nigeria, where their NIN, their BVN are all domiciled there. The information of their families will all be so there. then everybody will now be seeing it. When they now go to the bank to say they want to withdraw money, Biafra Army, Biafra Police, Nigerian Police, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Navy, they will be there in the bank. They will see you, you come. You present Biafra ID card and say, I am Biafra Army. This is my ID card. I have come to withdraw Biafra Liberation Army salary, which NGOZI put for me in the bank account. Where is your identity card? You present your Biafra Army ID card. Then Nigerian Police and Air Force and Navy, they will clap for you inside the bank, and they will carry money and pay you. Then they will escort you, you go free of charge, right? Psychiatric people. When you sit down and consider that Prime Minister have gone through all these things, this is why this lady was asking this question and say, how are we sure? Listen to her again. No?
Is defending him in Finland. So who are we to say otherwise? If PM didn't think that lawyer was capable, he would put a word across for us to for a new lawyer to be sent to him. That's number one issue I have. My second issue, please, DPM, don't be offended for what I have to say right now. If PM has free access to his phone, and up till now he has not made any direct contact.
And up till now, he has not called you. If PM has leverage now to look into the media and watch Sonny as Sonny is speaking now, if PM has access to once in a while go and peruse through the media and see what is happening, if PM has the opportunity to peruse through the media once in a while and see what Biafrans are doing, and then he sees how you have condemned the Biafra Defense Forces, the IOU, the Bank of Biafra, the IPOB in USA.org, the Biafra Gov website, you now bring out your own army, you now go and register your own government, you now put the office in your psychiatric hospital, you now bring out ID card for Biafra Army, which you say is your own, different from what Prime Minister did on the mandate of Biafran people. If PM now has access to internet and then he sees all these things once in a while, how are we sure? And why is it that he has not called you? He has not called you directly. And then calls are going to the other people. How are we sure that we are doing the right thing? The lady was asking a very pertinent question. A very pertinent question the lady asked. But none of them that were there with her understood the God of wisdom that put this message into her brain for her to ask this question. None of them understood.
If PM didn't think that lawyer was capable, he would put a word across for us to for a new lawyer to be sent to him. That's number one issue I have. My second issue, please, DPM, don't be offended for what I have to say right now. If PM has free access to his phone, and up till now he has not made any direct contact, how am I sure, I'm not saying we, that PM has not taken sides? How am I sure that PM is not speaking to the other side? That's something that we have to investigate. If he has taken sides, because I believe he knows what's going on. And if he knows, and we've not heard anything from him, if he's taking sides, that's also something that we should know as well. So that,
okay. So
that ends my own.
She believed that PM has the rational thinking. And when he now have access to internet, he sees everything that NGOZI has turned upside down, that PM will not be friendly with her. PM will take a decisive decision that she will be ashamed. The lady was like looking at her own interest, so because she has come to align with NGOZI, not knowing that she is going to end up in the very big pit. That is why she's asking now, how am I sure that I am secured? Because some of these people may have had good things that they were doing under the watch of PM. And because they have been deceived, they fall in line with NGOZI. Now the thing is coming clear to their eye, and they are asking, how are we sure that PM now has access to communicate? But he has not called you. You have not brought any message to us. But you are parading yourself and using PM's name to do all manner of destruction. And everything that we see is destruction, 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 destroying every structure that is set in place. The other group that you say is another group, another camp. Those ones are not destroying the foundations that PM laid. Instead, they are holding the foundation tight, putting everything to continue. Your own, you are destroying to do your own. You're destroying to do your own. You're destroying to do your own because you say you are the one in charge. Everybody must bow. There's a message to everyone to understand. How are you sure that PM now has not been speaking with the other people? The other people that they are talking about, which they don't want to call our name, it is us. Okay, Chukwunkere and Sonny, and Minister of CRC. Now they declare as those other people. Now we they call those other people. PM is speaking to us. Because we are not destroying the Defense Liberation Forces. We are not also destroying the website that is set up for the Defense Liberation Forces. Instead, we are trying to add more. We are not postponing any fundraising. Instead, we are trying to make sure we increase the fundraising. We are not marking town hall meetings scam. No. Instead, we are looking for ways and manners for more town hall meeting to start. But when we put town hall meeting, did you see what NGOZI did? NGOZI market scam. USA town hall meeting, combined town hall meeting that it is for the entire world, for all countries. Then it was hosted by USA. NGOZI market scam. You people think that Prime Minister has not seen it as he's looking through the internet. Do you know how much Prime Minister cherished the fundraising? Do you know how much he cherished the town hall meeting? Whereby he will sit down in the town hall meeting for over 5 hours, sometimes 6, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 3. While he is in this town hall meeting, Prime Minister is still attending to other intricate matters behind the camera, but he's still there with you. And it is this town hall meeting that we raise funds for the liberation of Biafra. All of you think that Prime Minister will now come out and he will start clapping for NGOZI for the evil that she's doing. You see, there is one idiot here that said, by your information, no BIAFRANS rate him. Instead, you go Kang rated, so stop using BIAFRANS. You are not a Biafran. Because if you are a Biafran, you will know who is fighting for you. Simon Mbamalu, you are not a Biafran. If you are a Biafran, you will know who is fighting for you. And you will know who is destroying your defense. You will know who is destroying your finance. Musa said, we must attack their finance so that we cripple them. What NGOZI came to do was to attack the finance of the defense and the liberation so that everything will be crippled. So Simon, I don't blame you because you are not a Biafran. You are not part of us. You don't face or feel what we are feeling, so you don't know anything. That's why at times when I am on a program like this, I don't read many comments and I don't attend to them because some of you are just useless. You're not part of what we are doing, but you have just been called upon to come and write nonsense when you don't know anything inside. I will not be putting my face on this media since 2021 if I don't know what I'm doing. You all know that when BBC made a video of misinformation and disinformation of the Biafran people, that my face and Prime Minister and many others were there on that video. I was where I am, and then I got a call from my village that they have seen my face published on BBC. What crime has I committed that they put Biafra? I say, oh, it is a badge of honor. It is the cause of freedom. And they say, oh, be careful, oh, be careful. I said, no problem. It is only me and Prime Minister whose faces were on that misinformation propaganda video from BBC that still stood their ground to this very day in this Biafra liberation. The rest of the people that their faces appeared on that misinformation video of BBC, all of them, they decam, they ran away. It's only my face and Prime Minister's face that are still standing on this Biafra till today. I want all of you to go and watch that video of BBC. Watch and count all the faces of people that were there when they did that video and circulated our faces. Count all the faces of people that were there and come back and tell me how many people that were there that their faces are still here now in Biafra. It's only me and Prime Minister. The rest of them, because of the fear of death, because of the fear of one Nigeria picking them up, they all decam and ran away because nobody wants to die. Now, I want to show you one more thing before I bring this program to an end. I believe all of you have learned something in this program today. Now, this is where I'm coming back to now. I am coming back to this place. I'm coming back to this place. The reason why I'm coming back to this place is because I want to explain something to BIAFRANS. You know, that I don't talk about many things does not mean that I don't know what to talk and when I should talk about it. But I decide to ignore some things. But when need be, I will talk about it. Do you know why I'm talking about this thing now that I want to talk about? It's because Prime Minister has given me go ahead to talk about it. Do you know how Prime Minister has given me go ahead to talk about it? It's because of his response. The response of Prime Minister from the attorney condemning the evil that NGOZI has done. That is what is giving me the power to talk about what I'm going to talk about now. Ordinarily, I would not talk about it. Now, let me go ahead and explain so that some of you will understand where I'm going. Now, all of you heard that 56 delegates from America declared the independence of America. Today, you have seen that America is a great nation, right? And you have seen that we now have another new president of America, which is a war president. And like the lobbyists of the Biafran government and the attorney said, where America leads, others follows. And they gave their words to the Prime Minister in that interview. They said, they will be the eye of Biafran government in the White House. They will be the eye of Biafran government in the Congressman House. They will be the eye of Biafran government in the entire American government sectors. They will make sure they do all they can for the Biafran Republic government in exile to get their recognition. that they will work and sacrifice. They will not only work as hired services, but they said they will turn themselves into fellow freedom fighters so that Biafran government can be able to get the needed recognitions and everything in time. That is a sacrifice that somebody can give. Now, that is the America that all of us are looking up to. But you see, these people will tell you, oh, why are you allowing a white man to come and decide for you? But you have gotten the restoration of your declaration of Biafra. So why don't you go with your Biafra if you don't need the white man? Why are you now seeking for recognition from the same white man? This is the idiosyncrasy that has eloped so many people. We need everyone. As far as the values are useful to us, we need them. And the only entity that will get this recognition for us is BRGIE. No other entity, because that is the entity upon which lies the bedrock of the restoration of the USB. It is BRGIE that took us and laid the foundation for the convention for the restoration of USB. It is BRGIE that has the power and legitimacy to say anything and stand to speak for USB now, because USB has not gotten its sovereignty yet. BRGIE will continue to fight to see that it gets full sovereignty for USB. And that full sovereignty has to be in the homeland. What USB needs in diaspora is recognition. Who will fight for USB to get recognition is BRGIE. USB cannot fight for itself to get recognition when it is not a country that has full sovereignty yet. That is why you need another entity that already has full sovereignty to fight for the recognition of USB. And that entity that has full sovereignty to fight for the recognition of USB is BRGIE. So that BRGIE is the governing body, the legal entity that stands to make sure USB come to be fully liberated. Home and abroad in recognition. Don't mix it up. In the homeland is where we get the liberation fully implemented. In abroad is where we get the recognition. Then every other thing follows. Our liberation in full force continues in the homeland. So why am I putting this thing on the screen now? Why I'm putting this thing on the screen, and I'll still go back to Connect America again. 56 delegates of the American people declared American independence, which all of you now enjoy America today. People fought cold-blooded war for America to come to be. But I want to ask a very simple question and a very pertinent question. Did you see from the Declaration document of America where it was stated that Sir Williams or Michael Williams or Okon Williams or Nkechi Williams signed the declaration document on behalf of Martins? I am asking a very simple question now. Did you see on the declaration document of America or Finland or Switzerland or Congo or any other country, did you see where it was stipulated that Martins signed the declaration document on behalf of Luther King? Did you see where it was stated that Andrea signed the declaration document for another person? Did you see where it was written that Muhammad Andy signed the declaration document for the sister? Meaning that Mohammed Andy now signed his own declaration document. He has his own signature. And then he now signed another signature on behalf of the sister, making it 2 signatures. Whereas the sister was not available in the declaration ground. Then it was only him that was available. So he, Mohammed Andy, now has falsified and faked the document, the signature of the sister, by duplicating 2 signatures into the declaration document. I am asking a very simple question now for all of you to use your brain. I will continue to ask again, and I want everybody to cut this place out and circulate it. 56 delegates of the American country gathered to sign the declaration document to declare America. In that document, which I am going to bring that document here and show on the screen, did you see anywhere where the 56 delegates that were signing, 3 people or 5 people signed there, they signed their own signature, then they go back again and sign again and say, I am signing on behalf of Nkechi. Another person go back and sign again and say, I'm signing on behalf of Sonny. Another person go back again and sign and say, I'm signing on behalf of Tony. Another person go back again and sign and say, I'm signing on behalf of Ituro. Another person go back and sign and say, I am signing on behalf of Grace. Another person go back and sign and say, I am signing on behalf of Nsofo. Another person went and signed and said, I am signing on behalf of Uchechi. I am asking a very pertinent question for those of you that go to school. Because they say many of us don't go to school, Abi. And many of you that are legal practitioners, this is a question for you also to answer. Have you seen a declaration document where somebody come and sign signature and say, I am signing this declaration document on behalf of another person? Let me go and bring American declaration document. When some of you are doing some things and then Sonny keep quiet, I keep quiet because I just want peace to reign. Some of you now think that many people are stupid. Because we keep quiet. USA Declaration of Independence. Let's go here if we will get the information. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here you see signing of the United States Declaration of Independence. Can you see it? It says signing of the United States Declaration of Independence. I don't know if the screen is coming up. Okay, everybody can see. Occurred primarily in August to 1776. Yeah, because it started in July 4. And let me explain something here. In July 4, this declaration document was brought upon. They were supposed to sign in July 4, 1776. But they had to do what? They had to review it and adopt it and then vote upon it and then went back, review, came back, gave it some weeks. Gave it some weeks until it now got to 2nd of August before they finally came back and got the final drafting. And then they had to put their signatures. And listen to something else. That It even took them more time to finish the signing. But they adopted it that day, but it took them more time to finish the signing. They did not rush into anywhere. This is America. They did not rush into anywhere. It took them time to do the signing, but they did not rush into anywhere. They took time. This drafting was brought upon. It's not that day of that 2nd July that the drafting came upon. Somebody, they may have drafted it long before then. But when it was brought upon to that day of the declaration, they look at it, they gave it more time. Everybody go back and review. I mean, the D-Day that they came, they gave it more time. They said, let us see, go back, they review, postpone it again. They gathered that day, they discussed, but they did not finalize that day. They went back. After weeks, till on the 2nd of August, before they now finally came to finally now decide to adopt it, after they have ratified it. Are you getting the point now? So now, on this August now, it was signed, 2nd. Nearly a month after the adoption. Are you getting it? Nearly a month after the adoption. That was when they finally now signed it. Now, this is where I want people to say something. This is these 56 signatures on the Declaration document of the Independence that makes it a living document. Here now, you don't see one person's name being the one standing. It is the total 56 delegates that were available, the 56 signatures. Did you even see that they tell you that they are delegates? No, they tell you 56 signatures. 56 signatures on the Declaration of Independence of America. So it is their 56 signatures that declared the independence. A very simple question that I'm asking all of you is, in this signature that you see here, do you see where Button Jaywalk or Edward Martins or George Mega or John Jim or To Hopper or John Hancock or Habro Glomic or John Smith or John Adams or Tinglong? Do you see where any of these signatories here are signing on behalf of somebody that is not there present? I'm asking all of you now, make una answer now. Do you see anywhere here where some Edward now, Edward John, Edward Lutenberg, do you see where Edward is signing this document and say, I am signing it on behalf of Edwin Clark, or I am signing it on behalf of NGOZI, or I am signing it on behalf of Anthony, or I am signing it on behalf of Abed Macaulay? Do you see where it is stipulated on this declaration? No. So why is NGOZI's own different? Just to do what? Just to make caricature of what Prime Minister has built. If you don't know, you cannot just keep quiet and say you don't know. You will not go and disgrace yourself and disgrace Biafran people. NGOZI went and signed on this thing and said, I am signing on behalf of Prime Minister Simon Ekpanjoko. So when you, NGOZI, you now say you are signing on behalf of Prime Minister Simon Ekpanjoko, what now happens to your own signature? What happens to your own signature now? Where will your signature go? So it is Prime Minister's signature that will go here now. Prime Minister's signature cannot go here because Prime Minister was not here. Declaration of independence are for those that are physically present. Their signatures enter the book. Nobody sign on behalf of anybody for anybody. It is your one signature that counts as one vote. And that is your one signature that is on the document. The person that is not there, even if the person went to toilet when the declaration was done, the person is out of the document because he was not there present. It is only you, your signature now as NGOZI, that is in this document with every other 516 to make it 517. So your signature as NGOZI is one of the 517. It doesn't make any significance that you alone, your signature is bigger than any other person. Because when you look at the American declaration here, all their signatures are important. All their signatures are important. It is all their signatures that are important that makes it to be the declaration. If any of the 56 is not here, the number will reduce to 55. If 2 are no more there, the number will go down to 54. And those that are there are those that will sign. It is not you that will go to say, I am signing for another person. You have already falsified the document. You have made caricature of the document by saying you don't, or you are signing for somebody. You don't sign declaration document for anybody. You don't put your signature and claim that it is another person's signature. That is fraud. That is fraud. I said I did not want to talk about this, but I'm talking about it because Prime Minister has condemned the evil that NGOZI is doing. That is why I'm talking about it. So it was wrong for NGOZI to sign this document and put there on behalf of Prime Minister. Being a declaration document that every man's signature is what makes it a living document. What you see here are the names of the 56 delegates of the American government. So in Biafra document, it is your name individually that should be there, not you signing for anybody or putting the name of another person down. That is fraud. And if there is any other document or treaty that should have been signed by the Prime Minister, it is not the office of appointment. Listen to me, it is not the office of appointment that should have signed any document. What I mean is, it is not NGOZI as the COS or as the Secretary to Prime Minister or as appointed as the Prime Minister, okay, you can do this. No. The person that should have signed the document of treaty or anything should have been the attorney. The attorney of the Federation. The attorney of the Federation. All of you saw when she called up the attorney to the stage. And I myself thought that it is the attorney that will sign those documents as the legal defendant of the government in the absence of the Prime Minister. So what is the duty of the attorney of the Federation or the Minister of Justice? The Minister of Justice or the Attorney of the Federation is the one that need to sign or append the signature on those treaties if the Prime Minister is not there. Because this is a document of legality. So it is the attorney or the Minister of Justice. That is why in every setting, you will be asked to produce an attorney or Minister of Justice. It is not for formality. Because I, the Minister of Information, or the Chief of Staff of the Prime Minister or President, or the Minister of Interior, or the Minister of Finance, I don't have the right to sign some certain documents. I can only sign some certain document that has to do within my department. But when it has to do with documents of treaties, a chief of staff or secretary does not go and sign on appointment. No. If the Minister of Justice is not there, the attorney of the Federation should be the person to do it. Or the Secretary of State. If the Secretary of State is not there, then where is the Prime Minister or the President? So you look up to the President or the Prime Minister, you look up to the Secretary of State, you look up to the Attorney of the Federation, you look up to the Minister of Justice. How many people have I called? The President or the Prime Minister, Secretary of the Federation, Minister of State, and Minister of Justice, or the Attorney. Because it is a document that has to do with legality of the country. It's not about name, having the name. No, you are the one that signed this or do that. No, it's about posterity of the nation. You think that Donald Trump, as he was signing many acts into power when he just got inaugurated yesterday, if Donald Trump, if his hand was paining him now, and then he could not sign, you think that he will now give the book to the wife to sign, or give it to his own personal secretary to sign, or give it to his chief of staff to sign? No. If his vice president is not there, if his secretary of state is not there, the next person he will look for is the Minister of Justice or Attorney of the Federation. So these four persons, the Minister of Justice, the Attorney of the Federation, the Secretary of State, and then the President or the Prime Minister, these four persons are the ones that have the right to pen their hands in those documents. So when you make caricature of the Biafra nation, I don't know what you stand to gain. Honestly, I don't know what you stand to gain. I don't really know what you stand to gain. My point here is that on no account did you have any right on the declaration document for you to say that you are signing on behalf of somebody that is not there in the declaration ground, and you use our Prime Minister's name. That is fraud. You don't have that right. You committed fraud against what we worked for. Yes. Because a declaration document should carry your own signature, only one person, one signature. one person, one signature. Nobody has ever signed a declaration document for another person or signed on behalf of another person that is not there present. So this is one fraud that NGOZI caused here on this document. So if you now say, you now come and put this nonsense that you put on this paper and say, NGOZI Oraweze, sign on behalf of Prime Minister, where is your own signature on the declaration document? So that means you did not, my God. So you can't sign on behalf of Prime Minister on a declaration document. It is only your own signature that should be there as NGOZI Oraweze, as one of the delegates, as one of the signatures for the Declaration of Independence of Biafra. If Prime Minister was there, he will sign his own. It will become another one signature. Listen, anybody that signs his or her signature, it is one signature per person, one signature per person. When you put all of them together, you have the total. Nobody has the right to falsify, to commit fraud by signing two signatures and saying, I'm signing on behalf of another person. Then, any document of treaties that were to be signed, if we say we had a government, let me ask all of you, why did Prime Minister make sure we instituted the Minister of Justice or the attorney of the Federation? Why did the Prime Minister make sure we instituted the attorney of the Federation before the convention? Because Prime Minister made it clear that there are documents that the attorney will need to sign as a legal entity to seal everything that we will be doing. How many of you saw Attorney General with us like 6 months before the convention? No, you did not see her. The Prime Minister made sure our office came to be in the course of the convention. He communicated and said there is need to make sure we have the Attorney General of the Federation of the government, because this entity will represent and play a vital role in documents that we will sign on that day, or allegiances or treaties that we will come in with. So even if Prime Minister will sign one document, the attorney will also endorse that document as a legal entity, standing to see as a witness that this happened before a personnel of law in between the two nations that are signing the treaty or signing the document. And she or he, the attorney, will also endorse the document as witness of swearing in. But NGOZI used up power and wanted to be the one to carry name by destroying the reputations of the Biafran government. Okay. So signing this declaration document and calling it on behalf of Prime Minister, it is fraud. It is fraud. That does not happen in a declaration document of independence. Each person with his own signature. The person that is not there, his signature or his name does not have the right to be on the document, no matter the personality of the person. Nobody has the right to come and sign and say, I am signing on behalf of the president. No, this is the declaration document. This is the one of America. Such fraud, such mistake did not happen. But NGOZI made mess. So what I am explaining now, Prime Minister is aware of this ideology. So he may not even need to watch what I am exposing now. So when he now sits back and then sees all these things and understands all these things, and then he came back to send the message to say NGOZI should stop all the nonsense she's doing, and all Biafrans should fall back to BRGI structure, which is the bedrock of what we are doing. Some of you will now come out and start attacking Sonny. Some of you will now come and start fighting Sonny. What are you fighting Sonny for? When propaganda finish, you now go and dig out another one and bring and say you collected money from Nigerian government to destroy Biafra. You collected money, the money they paid it into Biafra account. So Nigerian government will now want to pay money to give me. They now paid into Biafra account. And I am fighting the same Nigeria. They will now come and pay me money. The same way you people use the same propaganda against Prime Minister and say he collected money from Nigerian government to kill a supreme leader. He collected money from Nigerian government to destroy Biafra because he's working for Tinubu. So what is different? Is there anything different? Nothing. It is the same fundraising and Biafra liberation in the homeland that are defending motherland and the lobbies that Prime Minister was talking about, I am talking about here. Nothing different. So if you hate me and you call me names because of what I am saying, that means it is the same thing that you did to Prime Minister. All of you today that are angry and afraid to come and stand where Sonny is standing and where APM is standing today now is because you did not love what PM was doing, because I am doing the same thing that PM was doing. NGOZI is the one not doing what PM was doing. So you people now love the different strategy that NGOZI is doing, and you hated the strategy that Prime Minister was doing, which I am pressing on the same template. But when Prime Minister is here, all of you will be shouting, Obatobie, Obatosu, Obatobie, Obatosu, Mirinyamungo. Hey! People will call him all the name. Mwakoda. Hey! Ekberima. You call him all the names. But today he's not here. You cannot reason with your brains. Anyway, some of you are doing it intentionally because you never liked PM with your real mind when he was here. So what you don't do to someone when he is here, you will not come to do it when he is not here. And we are learning every day. So I salute all Biafran people. Thank you to all of you that have keyed into this program. That's lasted 3 hours, 38. If I remove the time that I played music and the time that I used to talk about that Momo guy for YouTube, maybe the thing will last for 3 hours. But it is worth listening because I took time to explain something step by step for you to understand. So those that will be cutting what I am saying today to turn it upside down, please, when you are cutting it, cut where I start explaining before you go and cut halfway and use the halfway just for your narrative to suit you. All of you that are here, you have heard me. Where I say it wrong, tomorrow when I come, I will correct it. Don't go and start putting propaganda and slander on somebody's name and say this person collected money from Nigeria to kill Prime Minister or to push Prime Minister into prison in Finland. I don't do saga. I don't have time for that kind of nonsense. If I don't have facts and evidence and figures against you, I will not bring it to the screen. What I have just done here now, did you see me say anything with mouth? Or I was showing you evidence, explaining something to you. I did not come here and tell you NGOZI collected 10 million. I did not come here and tell you NGOZI submitted document to Finland government to put a prime minister inside bars. I did not tell you that. Because by the time I tell you, I should be ready to present the evidence here for you to see it. As you see the evidence, I start analyzing it. So all of you that are going about picking news like Ogo empty brain, they went and screenshotted $5 million cryptocurrency transaction. They brought it. They said, this is the money that I have collected with Okechukwu. And we are sharing the money. I laugh. I said, is it because you are so empty brain that you have now gone so useless? How will your children be looking at you when they see you lying like this? Your own case will be worse than Laya Mohammed now, where the grandchildren will be asking Laya Mohammed, Papa, why you they lie like this? He said, in our culture, we have to lie to protect Nigeria. So now, Ugo 247 have to lie to protect NGOZI. I don't know what is gaining. So please, people should not go and lie against people with no evidence. Yes, go with fact and figures. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. And yes. We have a very big announcement to make. For those of you that may not have seen the flyer, yes, let me bring the flyer. Announcement tomorrow. I think it is emergency. Yeah, it's emergency. Yeah, is it? It's emergency. It's emergency. Okay. Emergency joint press briefing to all Biafrans as the APM and PM's attorney address Biafrans on PM's case in Finland tomorrow. Tomorrow by 8 p.m. Biafra time. PM's attorney comes with updates to talk to Biafrans. After the first one that the PM's attorney came and spoke, everywhere got fire. So maybe after tomorrow on now, maybe the gate of hell will close, or whether it will open. I don't know which one will happen. Whether the gate of hell will close or whether it will open, I don't know. So whichever one that will happen, I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. So please share it, share the message. Or if you did not see this flyer, screenshot it now and share it to everyone so that they will see it. I salute all of you. They will Umuchineke from you. And the media team, thank you all for what you're doing. You guys are making the Biafran government proud. Prime Minister is very, very proud of all of you, and he sends his greetings to all of you. So be strong, be resilient, and continue doing what you're doing. Prime Minister wants to see all of you waxing strong, standing your ground, and doing the right thing now. When it comes out, you will hear the praises that he will give to all of you. So, like Honorable Ulo Ogbonna said in that their meeting, she said, Prime Minister is seeing everything and is aware of everything that we are doing here. So she was afraid. So I don't want the media team to be afraid, but instead to be convinced and determined that they are doing the right thing. Continue doing what you're doing, because you are holding down the gate which Prime Minister built, and no one is able to destroy it. Thank you all to all of you.